Creation, a world on the brink. In the age of sorrows, dangers abound and cataclysms loom on the horizon. But it is not without heroes. The Exalted, those chosen and empowered by the mightiest of the gods, are all around the world. They have, and can, pull it back from the precipice of oblivion. That is, when they aren't too busy fighting each other. Now, Chills as Atom.
Are you sure you want to freeze David Cross?
Korak as Lythander.
What?
And Alatos as Gavel.
Panic Attack is not included.
And everyone else played by me, GamerX, the GM. Oh yes, Chosen. They all float down
I need an
here.
adult!
You'll float too! Us band together to save the dreaming sea, and perhaps reality itself, from the greatest threat creation has ever known. All this and more on FateBreakers. Unironically, yes, but we'll get there.
That'll be for later.
By the time you're listening to this episode, the first episode will be out. We're very sorry.
We're sorry.
I'm not apologizing.
Religion is cringe.
Yes, that is the theme of, thank you, Mark Grabowski, the libertarian who isn't Exalted.
You're cringe!
You're cringe!
Alright, anyone can give an audience a quick recap on what we did last time.
We had fights with the fairies.
You fought the furries?
Yeah, we fought Faye. I was poisoned, and I might become the funny robot from Sonic Adventure.
Oh no!
If I am not lucky in my saves, which I've been so far, honestly.
Do not.
You've been infected with the vanilla harem protagonist disease.
Don't become E103 Gamma, please.
Is so cool and based, and oh no! Why? Wait, no, Chills! No!
This is the wrong room.
Oh,
We also discovered that a local god tipped the fairfolk off to mortals showing up in the location for some kind of warship extortion scheme.
Oh yeah,
So-
and we had a giant. Basically, I used my demon form to basically scare the crap out of most of them. That's right.
Oh yeah, you scared the information out of them after you got hit with an anti-creature of darkness.
Oh yeah, no,
Caused
we
you a
also
shitload
went into
of
my
pain.
magic room.
Yeah.
Reality.
Yeah, we went into
And we
Korak's weed dimension where I almost
We went
almost
into
beat
his
him to
reality
death.
marble.
Yes.
Yeah, we found out that Korak's wife is his stand.
Yeah,
Also, his wife was a Giga Chad when alive, thousands of years ago.
Yep, and
That's how she became a stand.
I almost killed Korak over it.
But thankfully, you might be redirecting your anger to the god who tried to have you all killed.
Oh, yep, give it time. Give it time.
Yeah,
We'll do our best.
I'm only assuming this is a plot hook you guys would be interested in. Otherwise, what the fuck are we doing here?
We'll be doing our best. I'm interested in whatever. As long as we get to have fun and chill and have a good time, I'm down.
We'll pick up on what I mentioned last time on a travel adventure in order to find out where this god is situated. Let me go to the world map again.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. I need to go on to roll 20.
Yes,
Don't
you
worry
do.
about it. Alright, so this is going to be a 4-step travel adventure in order to find the location of where this is going from. You could leverage any of your character's traits like backings, unwoven coadjutator, other exalt advantages, etc., and connections with any of the NPCs you might think of, such as the Deicide army or Steadfast Fascinating Driver, who's still hanging around with you for a moment. Anyone you could think of to... The step 1 of this venture is going to be step 1, finding a lead on where this fucker came from, and finding his location somewhere in this bottom right corner of the map.
Alright, bottom corner. So we are at Prasad.
You are specifically right here-ish.
Okay.
At Jafar.
At
Jafari.
Yeah,
Jafari.
you are on the outskirts of Jafari, at the Shadowland, where a neighboring town was wiped out by asshole Prasadi missionaries. Incidentally, I believe
missionaries.
that's the backstory for how Gavel exalted, but we might hit that in a flashback scene at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Snake. But yes, I'm excited. So we're going down here. We're looking for somebody. What do we see on the road to our destination?
Well, you're not quite sure where the destination is quite yet. You could try doing some various sorcerous means in order to contact local elementals and look into the spirit ecology, or try doing a bit of a sorceress spell or two to help out. Even just do a few embassy rolls with backing or influence or money or what have you to try and figure out local spirit court happenings in the area. See if there's any talk on the divine black market, so to say.
All right,
Bullshit.
I'll try to make a call or two, or have you, something of the embassy, checking up with
I'm somewhat of an embassy
some
myself,
of the local merchants. You know how merchants are. We have a whole.
Yeah,
exactly.
Go ahead and make a Force plus Embassy roll. Feel free to use an Excellency and any applicable merit you could think of. You could add to the die pool.
It's fine because it's okay. My force is 4, my embassy is 3, so an Excellency would actually lower my score.
You could use the Excellency for free though, as part of the Solar First Among Equals thing.
Yeah, but how would that?
It means you add 3. It means you
just
double,
add-
you double your ability
to
rating.
help with this.
I thought
as
it
well,
meant-
to gather information.
Yes. You can. I would. Either one of you can make the roll, and then you could add that as assist dice to the other.
Well, what I meant is because the effective Excellency states instead of adding attributes to rolls based on dice rolled, you may double your ability scores. So instead of getting the 4 from force, I would just double my 3 into a 6.
No, you still get the 4 from force as well. It just doubles your ability rating. It's a die adder.
All right. All right. Let me take a look here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 successes.
Goodness sakes.
I see all and know all.
Oh yeah. Do you have a?
Yeah.
As long as it's
No, fair.
as long as it's pertaining to money.
Yeah, so in the future, just reading off what it says here, add that ability as a dice bonus to an applicable roll involving the chosen ability. So, yeah, that's how it works. But anyway, on the fucking 10 die success, Korak, you could save some of that ideas for backing for a future roll in this travel venture. Immediately speaking from merchants, you start learning about disappearances in regards to local monks. It is the talk of basically everyone you speak of is mysterious abductions happening towards Pure Way missionaries down the road leading towards... down the road, roughly, I would say, Hirish. Apparently the geyser would be in this direction, primarily based on... Yeah, anyone who goes this far up the coast between Yadana and Palenquin just kind of fucking vanishes. And these are the guys sent to investigate spirit crimes, so presumably spirit crimes would be happening there. And additional details that you are picking up on is there are supposedly undead hauntings around that area too. A few haggard ghosts who appear to travelers, basically doing, if you've ever seen the Excellent Goes Wrong show, they're doing the "Get out! Get out!"
Were they yelling to get out?
I see.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Anyone passing by. So there appears... this is on the scale of, rather than just one abduction, it appears there is an entire criminal conspiracy happening in the area. Where everyone who tries to investigate goes missing, except for whatever divine prayer laundering is going on there. This appears to be a heavily established racket. But from 10 successes, you know basically the exact location of... Basically, people only get water there if they agree to worship the god. Mm-hmm. He is extorting local services of drinking water for prayer. As this is so far away from the Empire of Prasad, and up near the more mortal run sections of creation, Ysir is run by mortal sorcerers, and Yadana has like a handful of exigents busy keeping it all together from empires coming from sides. No one
So-
big for their britches enough has come to investigate. Until
So
now.
in other words, we're looking at a sort of a protection racket for worshippers, essentially, or a worshipping racket, if you will.
Gavel just cracks her knuckles.
Well,
This is basically what Gavel has been dreaming of ever since she first lit up bright green.
well, if there's a capacity to find spookies and ghoulies around the general vicinity, I know where I can keep my protection. And he just sort of spins his gun a little bit. Busted makes you feel good. As far as I'm concerned, this seems to be the I don't know if it would be prudent to necessarily walk straight into the trap, but if people are disappearing, I find that there's no better place to look than the source. So, what do you think? Shall we go on shall we act as the spiritual exterminators, so to speak?
Makes me feel
Ghostbuster.
good.
I don't know about any ghosts, but I
actually,
think it's time to deliver
Can
some
I
peacekeeping.
activate my eyes?
Yes, you do. I will give you a bit of a next clue for free upon activating the eyes. There is a nearby local ghost. The ghost of appears to be like a prepubescent little kid. Just she appears to be just wearing very ragged clothing, and part of her face is missing.
Does she look familiar?
No, she is basically just like, please don't go there. I don't want to see anyone else die. She is basically like waving a sandwich board saying to stay away from this location. She has come up to you upon seeing that there is someone making rounds of heading in the area to do the spiritual
and this is the ghost I'm
extermination.
seeing, right?
Yes, this is a ghost of a child who appears to have died pretty badly. And she has come up directly to Lythander upon noticing that you could see her, and is just warning you, listen, if you go there, you're probably going to die horribly. That's what all of the other
I am going to
nice monks
squat
who
down
came up there
and
did.
look at the girl and cast a small little glass butterfly on my finger. And say, we're not some
Okay.
ordinary group, little girl. But thank you for the warning.
Am I seeing him do this?
You're seeing him speak to something invisible.
No, I was about to say, that's all I need. What are you doing?
I just look at Gavel and say, what do you think I'm doing? I'm talking to the dead. The only people I can apparently get a good chat with these days.
He is also looking right at this little girl. It's like, you guys haven't figured out the spirit seeing trick either? It's fairly easy.
Oh, I know that he can do that. It's just... It's hard to tell the difference between when he's spirit talking and when he's going absolutely insane.
I think that's probably the
But,
memory loss.
do you
kicking
have
in.
anything else to tell us, young one?
She points at, this didn't happen when I died, sir. They're doing something horrible to the ghosts there, too.
How?
I don't know if anyone
Well-
can help. No one's come to see us in decades.
Alrighty, so it's been decades since anybody has tried to help this place. Alright, I forget. Can I dispel ghosts so that they could go to the great beyond, essentially, to / reincarnation / whatever this world system is?
That is a specific necromancy spell, I believe. Gentle Call of Leaf ensures that someone who is dying does not leave behind a ghost, and they just reincarnate. Not sure if it works. You could try a sagacity roll to try and give this ghost off the hook. Maybe let them know what can help them
That would
pass
be
on.
Good.
Wait. So Wait a minute. So you cast a spell, and instead of the guy leaving behind a ghost, he just instantly on the spot pops out as a baby or like a new thing.
The soul goes into the Great Wheel and shows up elsewhere in creation.
So I'm
into a
spending
new
a
body.
mote to do this.
Wheel of Time.
That's actually like a really cool like conceptual spell.
Yeah.
I wish there was
So
more.
can I use
There was something more like
Fortitude
that in
as
like
well?
JRPGs.
As my attribute. Okay, so I'm going to be rolling
Yes.
10d10s and praying.
Maybe you get 10d successes.
Wouldn't it be 15? Because you have sagacity 5
Yeah,
now with the minor milestone purchase and
Yeah,
fortitude
but
5.
why would it be 15 though? Am I using excellency then?
Oh, if you wanted to, go ahead. It's a sagacity
But
roll.
that will reduce one of my motes, right? Alright, so they come back
yes,
in
it will.
30 minutes technically, right?
Yeah,
It takes a little bit longer than that. I double checked the rules, but
It's okay. Only I have
7 successes.
the fun.
Wow, that's
The
kind
fun.
of embarrassing that for 15 dice.
I'm going to count a lot of these successes as benefits on the next roll, so it'll give you some really nice advantages for the next step on the travel venture in order to track these fuckers down.
Yes.
From looking at, she doesn't seem to have any necromantic bindings forcing her to be there. This is a good Samaritan trying to prevent people from getting killed horribly like she and presumably a bunch of other people did. But the first thing you notice from 7 die success is, hey, do you know how soul steel is made? It's one of the 6 magical materials, but it's got war crimes baked into its making. How it's made is you literally put ghosts on an anvil and start beating them mercilessly with a hammer until their souls are bound into steel. It is incredibly torturous, and
Metal.
there is no known escape from being part of Soul Steel. You're just stuck there forever.
Metal.
Horrible metal, yeah. This is someone who
Yeah.
managed to escape the anvil.
Wow.
That's impressive.
So it
That's
appears
pretty cool.
not only are they extorting the living, they also appear to be doing some fucked up shit with the dead.
Reuse, reduce, recycle.
All right, boys.
So I
See,
think...
we've gotten.
Alright,
Seems we got more than just.
question, little girl. I don't know your name. May I please have your name? Sari.
Sari.
I just have a quick question for you. How many people have you talked to lately that could see you?
Just you and that local monk, Mr. Mantle, he called
That's
himself.
somebody I know. Right? Brain is... No,
No,
okay.
it's not. This
Oh,
is a new
okay,
character.
Alrighty, so... You are doing a great job trying to warn people,
man.
but... The big issue is that a lot of people can't see you.
No, only dragons and some exorcists can. I think you're one of those? Or that she sees the cast mark. It's like, oh, never mind. I guess you're Daddy said not to talk to anathema.
I guess that is a pretty.
Well,
I guess that is a pretty good point. Like, how effective is the warning if nobody can see or hear her, except for like these
She's
select
like 10
few
years
people?
So,
old.
Sari, is... I hate to
Yeah,
ask,
exactly.
but did your father escape the situation, or...
I don't know what happened to Daddy.
Alright, Sari, so... I would suggest that you leave this to us. We'll take care of it. You go get some rest and go see your daddy. He passed on already, I'm going to assume. So you go to the great beyond. We'll carry your warning and yes.
Mister, can you find a way to break the steel?
Yes, dear. I will do everything in my power to destroy
Oh,
it.
it's too bad I can't hear the other side of this conversation.
He's translating for you.
Oh,
Yes.
is he? Oh,
Wow.
are they? Nice. Okay.
He looks
like to think
he looks
it's-
a little
I
uncomfortable
like to
at that
think
last
it's-
point, given that he's made of soul steel.
I'd like to think he's horribly mistranslating it somehow. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. He's just rattled a
I
bit.
smack the back of Lythander's head when he says yes.
I just look at Gavel and say, listen, the creation of that material is something that should never happen.
I'm not
That's true.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but you
Yeah.
fucking listen.
I'm not being racist.
Don't
Yeah, don't be
No,
racist. Don't be
yeah,
racist to our robot friend.
Sari.
You are.
don't make a promise you can't keep.
Who says that I'm not going to keep this promise?
You have no guarantees on doing so.
Yeah.
If there's any consolation, Thesis, I'm pretty sure like the ghosts in here are like ghosts of animals or some shit. I've never heard anything speak river speak or
It's
whatever.
okay. It's okay. You don't gotta apologize. I know we all know our.
SSD.
we all
I'm,
come from
I'm
different
not
spots. You
saying
just-
that you're.
You just
I'm saying that the creation of more and those who are using it for evil deeds and the sentience in those machines that are created.
I just imagine that Adam thinks that SSD is having like a crisis of some sort. He's trying to reassure him, trying to be like, "Oh, you can be like an astronaut if you try, man.
So, what is
you can do
Sari
everything."
Kind of, yeah. Sari, I don't know if she's trying to move on. I don't think the last fetter that's binding her towards unlife, she'll be able to move on if you take care of the issue. If you take whoever is leading this crime ring and beat their skull in.
You have a promise that those who have committed these atrocities will be destroyed, decimated, and nothing left will be of them.
Jeez, that's a lot of language to use toward a 10-year-old.
That we can actually promise.
I pat her head gently.
That is true. Although I don't like it. It's okay, it's humane. It's humane destruction and decimation.
Speak for yourself.
Nothing wasted. No, I meant we use the body. Nothing wasted. Like the spirits.
As something I just remembered is
I love making each conversation even more awkward than the last. It's my favorite
yes, it
hobby
makes
of
for
all
a
time.
pleasure to run this game. Let me tell you. I will say, learning about how this is made, Korak, if you want to trigger a bit of a Great Curse episode for extra EXP, you can do so, or if you don't want to be a bother, you can not.
Wait, do what now?
Okay, so the major game mechanic I haven't covered yet because major stress points have not shown up prior till now is the fact that this Great Curse, Exalts, some say that they were cursed by the Neverborn dying and coming into existence, but I prefer the explanation of when you give power to humans, you give them absolute power, what do you think's going to happen? So sometimes there is a bit of a stressor points that happened, and you could kind of lose your shit a bit. This can be saved until later, but I am just saying, like, remember in the PTU campaign when your character went crazy for a bit? That could potentially happen. It does not make the character unplayable, but it provides a bit of a drama point and makes you act
Different
in
ways.
Weird ways for a scene or a section.
Sure, actually, I will take that. You know how I act. I can do whatever.
Okay.
So, Great Curse trigger, what would I place that at?
This is something. They express strong anger they are unable to express or address. In this case, learning about the suffering has been going on for so long and no one has been able to help, and finding these people is proving to be a pretty hard struggle in terms of traveling along this road and trying to find more tracks. This can key in later if you want, just like a slow-burning, stewing anger that erupts in a sea
Oh yeah,
layer.
no, absolutely, I'll do that. But what should I write as the trigger?
You don't need to write down a trigger. This is the specific lunar trigger.
Oh, okay.
So this is just you could activate it. You could find potential breaks to do on page 76 of the manuscript, or I could just copy and paste this and send you some of the shit. In the meantime, let's move on to step 2 of this venture. How do you guys want to? You know the location, but the difficulty now is in getting there. Can any of you guys think of means to help with quick transportation?
Well, we could always hire a caravan of some sort.
I was about to say, we're gonna need a ship.
So, is there anyone that
Oh, yeah.
I may know that has
These
a
three.
ship?
Well, funny you might mention that. Remember that character who offered to build you a ship?
No.
Drew Hugh?
No.
Oh,
Hey,
He's offered to build you a ship.
I remember.
Cool. Where is he?
Yeah.
He is back in the main town. I'm texting you some potential breaks that you could go with just to help build character to earn that extra EXP from the Go Crazy bar. But is offering to build you a ship, and if you guys want to give any specifications for means of transportation, like any special bells and whistles you could think of a ship to have,
yes.
personalizations,
Yes,
feel free
actually,
to speak now.
Can we ask him? So, hear me out, people. We need an icebreaker on the hull of the ship.
Right.
I'm not going to disagree with that for the intimidation factor. I also think we should have
Yes, but
boarding
I'm
ballistas.
just. But if you think about it, we could use it for ramming as well.
I think we need to invest in learning how Greek fire works.
What's Greek?
Yes. What is Greek here? It's all.
Greek.
It's all. It's all
It's
facade to me.
I think
what?
I want. I
let
Look
me
shot,
try to-
look shot,
to-
look
Let
shot,
me try to
and fire.
explain.
That's the Greece
Okay.
equivalent.
Anyway,
They're up here.
Oh,
in any case, it's a type of flamethrower mounted to the board of a ship. Incredibly dangerous, incredibly cool, but incredibly dangerous, but incredibly cool.
is it going to
Well-
burn down the ship?
Well, actually, let's.
Not if you
see.
build it right.
What material should we use? We could ask maybe for some tin or steel.
Oak.
Yes.
For a ship,
Oak.
I think you're better off building.
Also,
building one
what
with,
power
like,
source would we
mahogany
use?
is cheaper.
Also, wait, did the child
Oak is
disappear,
more sturdy than mahogany.
or did Sarah disappear?
The child is just standing
Oh.
there awkwardly
Oh.
as you're talking about
Oh,
transport. It's
also,
like, why do you need a boat? It's not. What?
Sarah, can you just tell us where the village is so that we could just go there?
Here's what's odd. She opens her mouth to speak, and slugs come out.
Okay, it's one of these curses. Okay.
Oh no.
So, are you bound? So, Sarah, are you bound to this area? Can you move around and about?
I think. Wait, this is slugs. What? That's never happened. What?
So, somebody might have let you escape and
Gonna be here a
cursed
while.
you to lure exalts and monks in. I will still maintain my promise to you of destroying that syndicate where they stand, but I pull out a map and have a pen or have a quill inked feather. So point to me. So we are here. I circle where I assume we're at. Now, point to me where we need to go, please.
She picks up the quill, but unfortunately she drops it and starts vomiting slugs when she approaches the map.
Point, dear. Siri, stand back. I have the quill in my hand. I just need you to point.
Raising a finger, trembling, her finger drops. Apparently, this is a pretty
All right.
exhaustive curse preventing her from.
Alrighty, so actually, I have an idea now.
I think we're not gonna get much out of this.
If you want to try and roll a sagacity check.
Well, I would like to try this idea first.
Okay, go ahead.
I put my the pin on where we're at. East or west, or south or north.
Vomit. Slugs.
Dang it! I thought it was a good idea to get past the curse.
It was a good idea, but unfortunately, whatever spell this is a lot more put together than the last time.
Can we just use a different rolling program?
This is a difficulty 3 roll. Don't worry about it. Corrupted words, sorcery spell.
Any way to
prevents
it? Any way to dispel it?
Oh, yes. A separate source. You can distort the spell through, a separate sorcery roll. This spell does not exist in essence. I'm using it from the third edition
so
game.
What would I use there? Sagacity and fortitude then?
Force sagacity.
Okay. So then let's try that.
Oh, the slugs, I should note, are completely material. So you guys are just seeing slugs manifest out of thin air.
I'm stomping the slugs.
Every few seconds near the map where the Lythander's playing.
Poof, slugs. 10 successes.
Poof, slugs.
To dispel it.
Oh,
sure.
No more spell. You just reach down to this little girl.
I used to.
Siri, are you okay?
I used to raise. My dad used to.
I don't want you to throw up again, but point now for me.
As you reach down to her, your cast mark begins glowing brighter and brighter. And what is your main spirit shape, out of curiosity? I don't think we've established that yet.
A lamb. Or, yes.
Lamb. Okay, so,
Or a sheep.
Whatever iconography is... Okay, a sheep. In that case, some wool starts coming out of your hand as you, as your anima begins to grow more, and using some of your own sorcerer's power, you cobble together like a fishing rod out of glass and wire from your wool, and you just put it down her throat like a dentist, and just start yanking the slugs out until finally, like, the source of the giant slug ball is in your hand.
I will now...
Oh, goodness.
Actually, wait a second. Can I use this to track who did this?
With 10
And I'm like, you can manifest slugs from your hand the entire time and you didn't tell us?
Lythander is just going to pop a few, make a few glass butterflies on his middle finger towards Adam.
Yeah, since he's looking like, he's talking to a ghost, right?
No.
But, what does, What did you say with 10 successes?
Adam knows he's just being a shit.
Yeah, you can absolutely use this as a sorceress, evidence locker in terms of tracking this person down.
Okay, I would like to do that if that's okay.
Oh, it's also at this point that with 10 successes, I'll also note that Hopkins, second that ball shows up, he starts barking.
Oh!
He's just barking at the ball of slugs in Lythander's hand.
Oh, ooh, good boy, Hopkins. Good boy.
He's barking.
That means that has some celestial magic to it.
That ring is more fucked up than I thought. And moreover, with all this shit about imprisoning ghosts and celestial, I think that this might be connected to my friends and the whole plight that you promised to help with. Maybe there's a connection of some kind. It's not too far down the...
Maybe.
Sari was able to point towards a spot on the map now after you yanked out the source slug ball out. He looks at that spot and it's like, it's not too far from... that spot is down over here, and the spot where my friends are at is about here-ish, I'd say.
The Coalition?
Yeah, near the Coalition. One of the less antagonistic factions in the setting is, with all the empires warring between Yadana, Prasad, and even Volivad across the sea, some local city-states just decided fuck it and banded together for a coalition of self-protection.
Well, I can certainly understand why they would do that. Hopkins, does that seem like the right area to you as well?
Woof, 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 woof.
Woof, woof.
Good boy.
Woof, woof, woof.
That is a
I
thing
pat him on the
of,
head.
yeah, this seems like some bullshit in terms of dog. He definitely seemed, be definitely way more intelligent than a normal dog, able to decipher a map.
I hand him a
I
slug.
pat
as
him
a
on the
treat.
head.
I
I also eat a slug.
One of the many dead
All right,
slugs
so,
I've been squashing.
No, I've been,
So,
I've
Siri.
been collecting some prior to
you
the...
might be able to accompany us to see what happens, or would you like us to come to you?
It's got protein.
She wipes the last of slug from her face.
I grab a
Um,
I pull out a handkerchief and try to.
yeah, she takes it. I don't know why that happened. There were other people in there. I think maybe did they
They
cast the
wanted
spell?
you to escape, it seems. Because why would they
Or-
do that unless they?
What I was trying to talk about was just the location
But
of the village.
Tell her she doesn't have to worry about the curse anymore.
Could it be that whoever did this curse is still there?
So I don't want you to come with us exactly there, because I'm afraid that they'd be able to see you and try to harm you again.
You have anywhere for me to hide, maybe? Like, if you're getting a boat commission, I could stay on there, but maybe you could put down some salt.
Maybe. Just maybe. I put out my ring. Do you mind touching
I was gonna
that
say
for
if you were gonna
second?
bring that up.
Ooh.
Do you mind just touching this ring for a second,
I was-
Siri?
With a pop of smoke, she's in the ring.
Oh.
Well,
Tell her there's board games.
It's a little. I should say that's
She'll
a
be
little
fine.
cursed.
what?
Come into my ring,
What?
little girl. We have candy.
Oh yeah, no, that is. So no one. So, okay.
I didn't even think
She's
of
in
that.
So question.
I
did
was gonna say
anybody
anything.
vote for anything or?
Well, she just said.
Uh,
Well, she just said. Would you just offered the fucking chance for the little girl to go into the ring, and I'm like, fuck it, all right. It's not gonna get boring there. You got.
We don't
fucking
have
Uno there.
Uno.
You can play with yourself, I guess.
it came free with your fucking exaltation.
Wait, what?
It came free. It's okay.
Luna showed up
Every-
carrying with her the power of the moon, and in her outstretched hand is a package of Uno.
No, it's the +4 card.
All
It's the
of my
+4 wild
soldiers got
card
a.
in her
All of
hand.
my. All of my soldiers got second edition of Uno when they joined my army.
Alright,
Yeah.
moving on from-
Sorry.
Everybody,
No,
Wait.
it's fine. I might have to cut that out, but
All right.
keep it as a Twitter
Go ahead.
bit.
go ahead.
I guess this
fine.
is
Go
just
ahead,
a
go
promo
ahead.
clip. Anyways,
Gavel.
she pops out of the ring. It's like,
Gavel.
there is a nice lady in there. She said I could stay safe in there, but there was something really weird about her.
Don't worry about her.
She was less a person and more of just like a castle. I think she was haunting she was possessing an entire. That was cool. I wonder if I could possess a city.
So
Gavel
Eerie,
snarls.
Siri,
You can
Siri, don't be
do anything
eerie.
you set your mind into, kid.
and when this is over,
She goes back and
just go.
Honey,
Just
don't you be a meanie.
reincarnate so that you don't have to suffer through this anymore.
let's see if we can find.
All right,
some of my
time.
family.
Yes.
Correct. Oh, out of character, Quirk. Did you just fucking quote, "Hey Panini, don't you be a meanie," while you're trying to keep me teeny right now?
What?
Oh, okay. Because that's a little Nas X song, and I was like, he did the same. He did like
No,
basically
that's
the same
I just
rhyme
did it
scheme.
because
I was like, is that
I heard
was that
it,
intentional?
I thought it rhymed. I'm like, yeah. Let's.
All right, moving on. Who wants to do that second roll of? I guess if you want that ship commission, after all, you could use that to get there, since it is kind of near the coast. Well, it's a bit more. It's a bit more
Yeah, we do
inland,
like
but you might be able to sail towards definitely way faster down the way.
Yeah.
We do like a good ship, yeah.
All right, so I am going to have Drew Hugh roll for this then. I think I have... He has a pool of 8. He could boost it to 12 with his excellency.
Alrighty, so... so what should we ask for this boat? I say we need a rum cabinet. I pull out my bottle and start to drink.
We need
No,
boarding
hear me
ballistas.
out here. Hear me out
That's
here,
true.
Gavel.
Those are 7 successes.
Rum
He has
is
double
flammable.
9 ability on this.
Oh.
And rum can float on water.
I've got a bit of a sketch going on here. I think I could fit a couple of boarding ballistas here and there, but I believe the most important thing that we're going to need is some sturdy sails and some way to maintain movement even when the wind is low.
We're also going to need to carry my entire army. You do
Yeah,
realize
it's at this
yes?
point, Abigail steps forward. It's like, how many boats do you intend on making? I should note,
1.
I don't think we can come with you then, and honestly...
Wait,
with
why
all due
can't I
respect,
remember?
Prophet, I don't know if fighting a god is too
I
much
don't.
within our
I
wheelhouse.
forget what Adam's friend's name. No, Nue. Yes,
Nue, she is off, over... No, wait, that's not correct. She's off in this direction, doing a side quest of her own.
So,
Supplies, unfortunately, aren't always available.
That is fine.
Wait a second.
What's
Can I turn into
what's
a
the
whale?
what's the
Can I turn into a whale?
I don't know, have you tricked a whale anytime lately?
What is a whale?
It's a big mammal
fish?
that people think is a fish.
But anyways, I put my hand on Abigail's shoulder.
Yeah.
Darling, changing the altar of the world is what you and I signed up for in this whole grand scheme of things.
Huh?
But, be that as it may, all I ask is that you wait a decent, safe distance, and when, not if, when shit hits the fan, that you and the rest of my dear kin soldiers will be right there with me when things get bad.
All right. So I got a couple of ship designs in mind. If we're gonna carry a bunch of soldiers, then I recommend something. What's the out of character? What's the Byzantine equivalent in Exalted?
It'd be the 100 Kingdoms.
Yes, I'd recommend something akin to the 100 Kingdoms design. Something big, square that can accommodate a lot of rowers. By the way, we're gonna need rowers.
Well, maybe not. Hear me out here.
Nice
We
aerodynamic.
might not need rowers because we might be able to use a crystal of sort to power a fan.
A fan.
SSE is just looking at you. This is some
What?
first stage shit. Are you sure you're going to be able to pull that off?
I mean, I don't know,
So I
but
was about to say.
we might. I actually don't know.
By the way, I'm sending you some made up sketches or just images I found of
Okay.
Byzantine ships in our main chat. I really like the shape of them. I like the sails. I like how many rowing places there are. Should be able to keep everything really moving smoothly.
So this ship will take another session to
gonna say
complete, though.
2
So in the
years.
meantime, you would need to find another means of transport. Not with Exalted crafting charms,
Okay.
it won't. Speeding up
Right.
scale is one of the most common charms under the crafting subset.
Right.
Okay. All right. So does
That's it.
anyone want to make any kind of navigate roll in order to, like Chills? You mentioned wanting to go with a caravan, or Gavel mentioned something along those lines, I think. So, or backing from Lythander. So if anyone wants to make some degree of navigate roll with several bonuses from the Divine Underground, let's say, of people of all the information you gathered from that crazy ghost interrogation roll.
Okay, what would it be at navigate plus what?
Let's say navigate plus. Let's say navigate plus fortitude.
All right.
I will leave that to you because I have no navigation.
60, 10, 7 successes. Okay, that's 4 successes.
This is difficulty
Okay.
5,
Okay,
I should
I
note,
mean-
so that actually
Oh,
will fail unless you could think
Ooh.
of a way to tap any of your resources.
Wait a
Adam.
second. I'm just trying to think. Can I maybe use my a backing check to increase resources?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and give me a embassy roll, Lythander, with your backing added, and add fortitude as well.
Alrighty, so that's going to be 8, 11. So 11d10. 5 successes.
All right, add 2
Okay.
dice, Adam.
Alright, roll 2 more dice there, Adam.
All right, hopefully this works out.
please be
Hey,
good.
just
Okay,
barely.
one additional success. Thank goodness.
Because of all of the recent legends surrounding the area, and both the living and dead tending to stay away from it from whatever kinds of soul steel construction rackets going on there, hence the difficulty of 5, it takes a long time in order to secure mounts, horses, elephants, whatever have you, maybe a goat or 2 that
To the bone.
would be able to travel. That would be able to that are willing towards lending out their resources to get there. But thanks to the pull you have as part of your not McDonald's, you are able to eventually secure enough transportation to get down to there.
So as we're traveling there, I'm just like, yes, sorry, there's no better way to travel than mountain through caravan. I've had soldiers cross miles upon miles, and surrounded by merchants and goat farmers and whatever else have you, people going wherever they need to be.
Did you ever cross the mountains on war elephants?
One time, the people along the Burning Sands really appreciate some good elephant travel. They haven't really quite mastered it around the other states, though. It's quite it's a bit of an exclusive charm, I'm afraid.
I think
mostly because they're kind of hard to keep fed. I mean, they're big and they can't jump. If you get too many obstacles in the way, they can't really cross too well.
I heard about a man in Ember that was able to cross the mountains on an elephant, but I don't remember his name.
As if he shows up, when I was on the road, I did hear about a woman, actually. Nellens Liza, some kind of realm magistrate, was it? She crossed all that way on a mountain. She was coming down here for some reasons, but she was a few days out from when I showed up to the tomb.
Must be a bit before my time, but I appreciate a good tale.
I should say that
Nothing in this world
apparently
that's
that
better
elephant
than a
was the
good
size
story.
of a house, but you know how rumors get distorted.
That's a big elephant. Normal elephants are pretty close, to be honest,
Yeah.
to the size
Yeah,
of a house.
quick word of warning. We are passing through a Shadowland right now, but it's middle of the night, so we should be fine.
Right.
No crossing overs happening here.
Well, still feels better to check than to reflect, so everybody keep an eye out.
The odd issue as you're passing through is that you don't see any ghosts at all. This is a part of the underworld where, like in a Shadowland, like ghosts are at a Shadowland as normal people are to creation. You should be seeing shitloads of them, but the areas that you're walking through and peeking through on dawn and dusk over the days you travel through this part of creation, you don't see anybody. This isn't like in the last Shadowland on the riverside where you did see a ghost population hiding from the fair folk. There's just nothing.
Well, that's just certainly a sign. Something's not right.
Gavel's gonna keep an eye out and just
Adam loads his gun preemptively.
Yeah,
Or his fire
SSD
one,
just
rather.
kind of closes his eyes at one point and just sighs heavily. That bastard stealing souls. I told you about the person who's been dogging my whole tribe, right?
You've mentioned
The upper
it.
soul, the upper
Right.
soul of that necromancer bastard who was keeping tabs on me from.
Yes.
He's got this fucked up thing where he takes souls into himself, and I don't think he eats them, but he's like drawing on them as a power source. I think that he might be a Nephrak.
I've heard of that. I've heard of that practice before. Real ugly. Tends to drain. Spirits don't like it either. Drains all the life from all around.
If
So-
he is really a Nephrak, then he might even be a challenge for all of you. Just a quick warning.
So be it.
Warning.
So, would anyone
Warning
like to
taken.
play a card game?
I'd rather not.
Ooh. No, it's
I
good
have
to
a-
pass the time.
SSD's chest cavity opens. It's a mahjong set.
No, we do not play that despicable, evil, contemptible game here.
It's
Alright.
been too
You're
long
evil.
since I've played
SSD
Mahjong.
just looks over at Lythander. Oh, I'm sure that you just say that because you don't understand the rules. Let me explain the full rules of mahjong to you.
Anyway, before we get into that, if we're gonna pass the time a little bit, at least let's establish some form of like a watch of some kind. One of us stays watch for a while the others just sort of distract themselves, and then we switch
Funny,
around.
funny you
That's
mentioned that next start of the travel adventure. I was planning on having an awareness roll for getting prepared for potential ambushes.
Yes, do that, and I'll keep a watch from the back myself. I'll take...
Excuse me if
I'll take the first
I'm
two
going
shifts,
to
if that's
jump
all
in the
right.
air, turn into a seagull, I guess, if that's the only bird shape I have.
Okay.
Or do I have an...
You should probably turn into
You have
a
I'll
bat.
turn into a hawk, because I somehow confused a hawk once.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna fly up in the air
Dude.
and try to scout out.
All right. Give me.
I was about
sorry.
to,
Chills first.
because it is pitch black right now. It's dark. It's at night. I don't think hawks can see in the dark.
So you see, my eyes are the thing that never
I'm
change.
gonna Google that.
No, that's
Oh
the
wait, yeah, you're right, the
snaggletooth.
snaggletooth.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. You already established
I know.
continuity. Can't really contradict that.
I know.
part.
Hawks only hunt during the day. Rip.
Yeah. If anyone wants to do a kind of an awareness roll in order to prepare for
So,
potential
question,
attacks, go ahead.
question: is my vision
I'm-
changed to that of the animal I change into?
Yes.
Oh no! So if I turn into a dog, oh no!
You're gonna be colorblind, baby. Okay, so awareness plus finesse?
I would allow
What'd you
that.
say?
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 70.
Enjoy.
10.
Enjoy.
Bob. 4 successes.
If you're having your
Or-
men keep watch, I'd also let you add 5 to that as well.
Add what?
Are any of them coming with you, or are you keeping them behind, out of the way of whatever's coming?
I'm probably gonna keep them out of the way because...
Yeah, cards on the table. The battle map I have coming up is fairly on the small side. I don't think 1,000 people can fit in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have them stay back and have them take an
Oh, don't
alternative
worry,
route.
they'll still be
that would
useful.
be better
They
for
just won't
them.
be able to help in the big boss fight.
Yep, that's fine.
So, the next... so it is difficulty 4, so you do succeed at this.
Yes.
The main thing that trips you off towards the fact that you need to get the fuck moving is Hopkins.
What's
Hopkins is barking
doing?
at the ground midway through your second shift of the watch. The first is uneventful, but he tends to be he is barking very intensely at a random spot of
No.
dirt.
Driver, go quickly. We're being
Wait a minute.
we're being followed.
Wait a minute.
Driver, upon seeing where Hopkins is barking, his hand unfolds and he shoots out a crossbow bolt at the spot that Hopkins is barking at, and immediately it explodes in a burst of steam. You have stumbled upon a minefield.
Oh
So,
boy!
I'm going to come back down and turn back. So, what was that
Wait.
explosion? I heard
I've got that.
something, but
I've got.
oh,
Holy bombs!
so
Well, it is the
Yeah,
god of a
we're-
geyser. It makes sense he'd have like smaller suspects
so
set up all
I
over
have
the place.
to ask.
Uh, Where?
Do we have any treats so I can confuse Hopkins and take his shape? If he's able to sense this.
Hold on. Got an idea.
You're not going to confuse my dog.
Why not?
All right. So, is it safe? Out of character, is it safe to assume that these guys are expecting us or trying to get or like tracking the movement of the caravan somehow?
Judging by the fact of how wide this is, and this would take a long time to set up, this just seems like a large round of defenses set up around this place in general, around this area of the world. This probably was what killed a bunch of people investigating.
This is probably just a Panzerkampf strategy.
Yeah, I was just thinking that if they are like, if they're following the movement of the caravan itself, like if they're expecting, if they're tracking us somehow, I could use Vacant Station Scheme to put ghosts on the caravan so that we can wait for them to try and ambush us and then turn it over on them.
I will allow that as resolving step 4 of the venture immediately. This is step 3 you're on, but step 4 will be auto-resolved. So how are you going to summon these ghosts in? With Vacant Station Scheme?
All right. I'm going to recall vague memories from many years ago of travel, of commerce, loud voices, banging pots, the cries of the cries of children traveling with their parents, the clopping of hooves onto the ground on the dirt floor, the creaking of wheels, and everything coming back to me, like every few, like a combination of sort of memories of people and places going somewhere, trying to get something done, find a better place to live, and just summon these as sort of these ethereal vessels for these memories, taking shape in a live sort of live setting, and then just having them sort of flow with the caravan.
Okay.
As one.
As you conjure all these memories of travel, here is how that is going to play out in the narrative. Closing your eyes, you meditate, and everyone else just see various yellow, gold-tinged ghosts slowly manifest around Adam, and just start reenacting memories from current and past lives of various commerce they've conducted. As they walk around a marketplace only they can see, they slowly begin stepping on every single minefield.
Clamshells! Get your clamshells here! 40 cents a pop bargain!
Get your news right on it! Boom!
Hot dogs! Try some red sand hot dogs coming out! Boom!
Entire minefield by having spectral memories soak all the blows for you!
Oh, thank goodness.
Just an incredibly funny scene of just like an invisible market following you around, tanking each and every single steam superheated mine blow.
Adam salutes and just sort of cries a little bit.
I mean, they're memories given form to your essence, so they're not real people, but sure.
They were real people.
Yeah, but they're special. But they were special to me, damn it.
That is fair.
It's still real to me, damn it.
As you reach the edge of the minefield and the ghost memory phantoms from Vacant Station Scheme, I should note the other effect is purchasing. I believe that also purchases fraudulent backing for you.
That's true.
Please read that charm out.
What does that mean?
It should be on your sheet.
So roll finesse plus embassy as part of a dramatic action to create temporary laws or phantom employees in the target organization. Spend 1 mote to buy a point of fraudulent backing in the organization for every margin of success.
Go ahead and give me a finesse plus embassy roll then.
I'll roll it with
yeah, go ahead.
excellency, so I'm doubling my finesse stuff. 8 d10s, I believe. Here. Oh!
I will let you add
Ooh.
2 dice for a stunt as part of the comedy factor of how you got through the fucking minefield.
Okay. Here's hoping
Please.
this helps me.
3 extra
Okay!
successes.
Alright!
Difficulty 4, so once again you just barely succeed by rule of comedy.
Thank goodness.
Yay! Everything works out!
So this will give you a point of... so you get 1 success over the margin by succeeding on it. So you have a point of fraudulent backing for this final stage in the venture, which is going to share it among you all. Which is going to be important because the final part is cult interaction.
What is that?
Oh.
What is that? What does fraudulent backing mean?
What do you think it means? So some of the ghosts do survive, and because of how wide this memory field marketplace is for you, they are several hours walk ahead of you just by the fact of how far your fucking essence reaches. This is an Essence 1 charm, by the way. Characters in Exalted can get
Right.
kind of weird powers right out of the gate. Anyway, eventually you start seeing people on the horizon in very haggard and dirty clothing. They appear to be rather gaunt, and if you can guess at all, these are probably ghost-blooded folks, people born from romance between one of the living and the dead. Just by the fact of they look incredibly pale, like even paler than Gavel.
Which is impressive.
Yeah, these are like some skin-bleached people, and they're from afar, you do stop to avoid them noticing you at first at SSD's recommendation.
Like the war
yes,
boys.
they look a lot
from
like the war
Mad
boys
Max.
from Mad Max.
Oh, goodness.
They are busy trying and failing to interact with the ghosts and saying, not saying to each other, like approaching them and trying to get their attention, but they just keep passing through and are very confused. Some of them do have spears and other weapons pointed at the ready and just start trying to stab the images to no avail. But 1 or 2 of them do seem to like fearfully glance and just tap them on the shoulder. Like trying non-violent means of interaction with intruders.
Mm-hmm.
My name's Anthony, and I'm here to stare the stairs.
Stab, passes through. So, do you guys want to approach the cultists at all, or do you want to try and gather any other means of information, like a read intentions roll on them?
I want to gather information.
Are we sure these guys are even intelligent? They seem to be more violent than anything.
I'd rather make sure than to blindly go in.
Go ahead and give me a presence roll.
Oh, my favorite.
Force plus presence. You do have a penalty of 2 dice because of the distance from them.
Okay, that's fine then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, minus 2, 6.
Add the point of backing.
Nope. Oh, add the point of okay. So, Bob. Oof.
Difficulty 3,
3 successes.
so you just barely succeed.
Oh. Wow, alrighty.
That point of backing really helped out.
It
So,
did.
what you are seeing here is these are essentially enslaved isn't quite the right word for it, but this are essentially abuse victims being kept by an abusive god in a very some of this is colored by a rather Malthian perspective on it, but honestly it's not too far rooted from what's going on here at all. Just from a few glances and other context clues you've picked up over the course of this journey, these are a people who have been kept under thrall by a local god who's controlling major aspects of their lives. In this case, giving them water, incredibly important as the major source of water in the area. And these appear to be local wandering warrior priests. You have essentially stumbled upon creations example of Children of the Corn, or a haunted town.
Oh boy!
Like in folk horror and Americana and classic movies.
Yeah, kind of very much family from House of a Thousand Corpses.
What you can tell from succeeding on that role and all is there's a few people who would be amenable to betraying them, like the ones who are not actively trying to kill the ghost intruders and appear to be very furtively glancing and trying non-verbal cues of get the fuck out.
Are they saying that
no,
towards
they're saying
us?
it towards the ghosts.
Oh, the ghosts. Okay. Do I get any indication that they're going to try and kill us?
You have an inkling of that, but if you want to try and do some things hidden on your character sheet, that might actually be helpful. Check under, I believe it's one of your cast advantages. Under your passive anima powers, rather.
Let's see. Non-heroic guys cannot ignore us. Oh, okay, all right.
Go ahead and read that out
All
for
right,
the viewers.
I tell the... All right, passive, shake off your chains. Extras and non-heroic mortals cannot ignore the Ascendant's social actions, giving in to their violent and rebellious instincts at her behest.
So, everyone else would need some kind of role in order to convince these people to not kill them on sight and take us to your leader. But given the fact that you could do this, this does not need a roll. So, tell me how you convince these people to back the fuck up.
All right, so just so I can get a full idea of how to do this, tell me, like, give me a visualization of the scene, because we're rolling up on these guys.
So basically, Anthony is trying to sell the man stage.
Yes, and the man is trying to. And Jimmy, let's call him. Jimmy is trying to kill Anthony. That's not his real name, of course. Jimmy's trying to kill Anthony. It's like, die, intruder, in the name of our Lord! And it's just poking at him through the air. It's like, why isn't he being brought to heel?
Everybody needs stairs.
And they haven't noticed us
They have
yet.
not. You are far enough that they can't notice you.
All right, I tell the driver to stop.
Do you tell the caravan driver, or do you tell driver the alchemical?
Whoever's the caravan driver.
Driver in this case. It's in his name. So say God.
Goodness sakes.
All right, he does stop, and it's like, you can actually see as he makes eye contact with you. You actually see his eyes like narrow and widen, like as a camera lens, as he is doing some scoping into there. He spends a mote on some of his observation powers. Let me make a quick roll for him.
Oh, so 7 successes.
So after a few moments of observation, they appear to be trying to handcuff the ghosts, or rather,
yes, I see.
Look, they're trying to drag them off in that direction, and he points towards what appears to be like you're on a rather flat mesa at the moment, or rather, there is a mesa like that appears to be right next to the geyser. It's part of a. This is not a natural land formation. This is absolutely some magic bullshit happening here.
Yes.
And there appears to be part of it that is hollowed out, leading downwards into what looks like a cave system. They appear to be trying to drag the ghosts there, but given the fact that they're only made of solar essence and not fit material at all, they're not making any progress on that.
It's not gonna work.
They're trying to take them prisoner.
All right. Oh boy. Alrighty. All right. So tell the caravan driver to stop. He stops. The
driver comes to a halt and gives you some info on what they're trying to do. It's like, as much as I've been taught by the other members of the batch to not talk down the mortals and everything, that's what RAM always says and GPU always mentions. I will reveal what those names are later, don't worry. That's the narrator talking.
Yeah,
they're all named after computer components. It's just a joke.
Right.
So SSD does look at them. It's like, it should be fairly easy to just browse on right through them, but these do seem like pretty abused people.
That's where I come in.
All right, do your thing.
All right. So she leisurely steps off the caravan, off of the front where driver is, and she leisurely approaches the ghost folk with her hands...
Leisurely.
Yes, leisurely. With her hands behind her back after adjusting her uniform accordingly to be more presentable.
Okay.
Once she feels that she is in a good distance to where most, if not all, of the ghost folk could see her and hear her, she clears her throat rather loudly to draw their attention. So, I see that you appear to be trying to capture and or murder some non-existent images here. Well, how about I give you all a better idea, huh? See, where I come from, and from what I can see in all of your states, you look like you could use some independence, do you not? Well, if you join me and my little posse back there, well, I can promise that we can all get your lives back into proper order. And you can make a name for yourself as decent warriors. Get yourself some jobs, get yourself a name, a reputation, land for yourself, and peace. Isn't that what you want?
You're trying
in the
to
end,
recruit
huh?
the children of the corn into your army?
I'm trying to at least make them help me out in this instance.
Try and narrate the response. Does that ability dictate how they react, or does it just dictate they can't be ignored and give it to rebellion?
The specific thing says, cannot ignore the Ascendant's social actions, giving in to their violent and rebellious instincts at her behest. I'm basically telling them, hey, why don't you go betray whoever's, like, why don't you kill the guy who's been abusing you so much, and me and my folks will help you out with it.
All right, a bunch of them look at you, and the more loyalists, the more aggressive ones say, intruders! Capture them as mills for the god! A bunch of them do rush towards you, but a bit more of the ones furtively glancing your way, like the younger people who haven't been fully indoctrinated into whatever fucked up religious cult has been going. Your anima effect activates, and eventually a giant fight just breaks out immediately as a bunch of them just start attacking, like, no! No more! No more! Wham! Fuck! And they just start beating the shit. It escalates into an enormous in-brawl. They eventually just stop paying attention to you, and this charismatic outlander glowing with the power of the Yozi was apparently just the final straw that broke the camel's back in this community, just kind of beating the crap out of each other and dissolving right from Act 1 into Act 3 of the horror movie.
Well, I'm glad, at the very least, that they stopped looking at us in the murderous
Now
slide.
they're looking at each other in a
Well, I don't
murderous
think that was
slide.
the intention.
I was about to say, Gavel motions the driver to continue forward. Take the mills and shove them up your ass.
Sorry, did you say that to driver?
No, to the ghost folk.
All right. So there actually are a lot more people that are starting to emerge from the caravan. Not from the caravan, sorry. From the tunnel system. And it's like, they must be with the fucking monk! Get him! Driver just kind of was like, do you want me to handle them?
Do what you want. I did my part of the job.
Fair enough.
Well,
Honest, so long as we go for my friends and after this, I'll do what I can. Lethal or non-lethal? I would prefer non-lethal.
Fine, we'll do it your way, non-lethal then.
Caltrops it is. And his arms open, turning into cannons, and he starts to spin.
Oh.
And out for them shoots hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of caltrops everywhere onto the ground all around you. An entire field of spikes just slowly starts to appear, and eventually, like, throughout all of their steps, because they are still bound to the floor, the army is brought from what was supposed to be... He's spending several motes on this. This is he's starting to crackle with alchemical essence. What was supposed to be an intense Civil War sequence just devolves into people howling with pain and holding their feet.
you know, next time you're going to spin around and fire your guns at all directions, I think you should at least warn us to duck.
These are just caltrops. They're just kind of all over the floor is the thing.
I know, but he's firing them from cannons. Those things hurt. Even when they're fired off.
Well, I did warn you guys to bring your thick shoes. Didn't I?
No, you did not.
I always prefer to wear my my dancing
dance,
shoes.
Gavel?
I dance in the dance of politique.
Fair.
Aw.
So he just cracks his neck. It's like, they did mention a monk being imprisoned, I think. Do you want to... You should probably check up on that. If he's an immaculate, they have some spirit punching magic.
Right.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
that
I
would be
think
good
finding
to
luck is a good idea.
investigate.
So, anyway, do you guys want to go straight towards the boss fight, or do you want to try and find this imprisoned monk?
the monk would be a good ally to have. So
Yeah, I'd like.
Alright,
I'd like to
despite
go
your
with
personal
that.
reservations on it, Gavel, I'm sure. Alright, so, I think I have a picture of this guy, Mantle, as I mentioned. Let me post it in chat as you eventually find him. It doesn't take too long because the prison is apparently, paradoxically, kept very close towards the entrance of this cavern system. It's what appears to be an oubliette. Just a very deep, 30-foot hole in the ground that you can't really get out of. You just hear... As someone is just hanging out down there.
Is there any way to safely jump down there?
There is what appears to be a rope ladder that, of course, is not down there for when they need to drop food down or whatever. But you do see a bald head down there. Just appears.
Excuse me.
I'm taking
any help getting
I'm taking the rope down.
There, actually, I have something.
I'm already taking the rope down.
Adam,
Something.
may I offer you some wings for a little bit?
You can give me wings. Okay, how many weird powers do you have?
More and more when my memory comes back, so I cannot actually answer you anything on that.
It's whatever I spend the EXP on, conveniently enough.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm intrigued by your proposal.
I
myself personally have always wanted wings.
Grab Adam on the back and pull and use Sharon Luna's gift to pull a little bit of his his shoulder blades into wings.
I should note this involves him eating some of your blood.
I know.
Hopefully you don't get horribly infected from
Don't
that.
worry, I have alcohol. Here you go.
Yep, no hepatitis C.
I'm joking. Blood type doesn't matter for exalts anyway. So, does your fancy coat that your character's wearing have wing holes by chance? Right now, you're just seeing an enormous bulge underneath your coat.
Is it? Hold on, I take
And
off
it's
my
wings. Seagull or hawk wings?
I'm nice.
Oh, damn it, I was hoping you'd say seagull.
Cool. Cool. It even matches my.
So you can
it matches my
dispel
color
it
scheme.
basically whenever you want, I guess. Because you're an exalt. If I did this to anyone else, it'd be a permanent infliction on them, I believe.
Oh, by the way, make one final integrity roll for the virtue poison. That's for Adam.
The robot's sick. Alright. Hold on, I'm becoming a robot real quick.
Oh.
Just let me give you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 5,
Is there
7.
any way I can
one
help
six-
him with this?
You could you could try, let's just say that sharing Luna's gifts also acts as a stunt from bolstering his essence with your own.
So, an extra D2?
Just from the...
Okay.
Yeah, extra D2. Extra 2 dice.
Oh.
Well, that didn't help too well.
Unfortunately, for this social scene, you can't your major virtues count as minor, and you can't use your minor virtues. Or your ties and intimacies, rather. So, harem protagonist poison, for its final interval dose, has
I
struck.
look beautiful.
You have the haircut every Dojin character has.
Lovely.
Meanwhile...
I feel normal. I think.
Yeah, Adam's gone a bit glassy-eyed. You don't think that's the lunar essence. That's probably the last of the Fairflow juice in his system. He should be fine, eventually.
How does he
Those
know?
forces are fake.
I should note, Korak, do you want that Great Curse thing to kick in now or later or not at all? I PM'd you some potential break ideas from the chat.
Are you my father?
Just as you are going to talk to Mantle. And let me... Unfortunately, the Roll20 uploads is doing a bit of a fucky-wucky right now, so I will post his portrait that I generated directly.
Yes, every time.
In the Discord.
I've decided that every time Adam is afflicted by the personality poison, he becomes Omega.
Oh goodness. Alright, it's pretty standard looking monk, okay.
Let me read you what I put into Artflow for this, because I think it's pretty... yes. Bald, cool youth skateboard pastor.
What?
Bald, cool youth skateboard pastor.
Oh.
So yeah, he's just kind of whistling to himself,
Alright.
and he appears to have a, he appears to have been just...
Why
He appears to have
skateboard?
just been in the middle of generating fire from his hands to slowly melt through the wall and make an escape tunnel.
Oh. Well, what's it? As I said, I go down the rope.
Okay.
And I guess
Hey,
I eventually meet in front
Does
of
he
him.
notice your cast mark? No, not unless given given reason to, and it's been, I don't know if you've spent much essence, so you wouldn't have it glowed. Yeah.
Not
So
really.
he goes up to look at Gavel. It's like, oh, someone got past the guards. I was actually a few minutes out from escaping myself, but sure, I'll take the company. What's your name, ma'am?
Yes.
Adam flies down as a majestic beard.
There's only room for one. I don't know if there's enough room for you and Gavel to descend at the same time.
I
My
didn't
name?
know about that. I don't know what that is.
It's an
so it's
oubliette.
like it's like sort of like a.
It's a. He's been dumped down, and until Gavel dropped the rope,
deep
there.
pit.
So like a
Yeah,
well,
he,
but intense.
he is generating massive amounts of fire that is melting the rock around him.
Well, my name is Gavel, and we're here to rescue you.
Named Shimmering Mantle. I was here to investigate the disappearances, but
We have more pressing matters at hand, I'm afraid.
yeah, I mean,
so...
busting up gods who are up to shit is my job as a member of practitioner of the Pure Way. You wouldn't happen to be some kind of local sorcerer, would you? The one with the horns and shit.
I'm dabbling, but we'll ignore that for now. Listen, as much as I enjoy your conviction of putting gods in their place, I'm not so sure about this pure path stuff, but nonetheless.
Oh, you don't need to
here,
worship me. I'm very casual on that.
I don't care. Alright, so I get his bounds off him.
Okay, yeah. He was still tied together at the hands and waist, and waist, what?
Yeah.
Feet. Why would there be bindings at the waist?
I don't know, man. Anyways, unless he's doing some shibari stuff, but that's neither here nor there.
Mark's gonna be up to some crazy shit, but in prison. It's weird to think about.
Indeed, but alright, I release his bound. I release his bounds and stand him up.
You know, I was planning an assault on here with the rest of my hearth. They're a few days out, but honestly, I'll take the early rescue.
Well, I already took care of the
They do
problem
distract all those
outside,
guards,
so
by the way.
I'm a boss. Now come on.
Right, sorcery stuff.
climb up.
I'll take that.
I
Did you seriously just give me wings for nothing?
What do you
climb up
mean,
the rope
for
and I
nothing?
urge Mansell to follow me.
Korak, this would be a perfect
I-
dramatic, appropriate thing for any of the breaks I posted towards you, if you want to pick any of them for comedy reasons or drama reasons. or what have
Wait,
you.
my brain is... I'm sorry, my brain shut off for a bit there. I am so sorry. So...
I am offering you go crazy for XP chances.
I know, but I don't know why I'd be going crazy for EXP right now, unless is this
Well,
monk
you don't-
the issue,
okay.
or...
No, the issue was all of the trauma and tragedy that the local god has been inflicting on people. Is that earlier in this? If you
No,
don't want
for
to
the
do
local
that, then
god?
you don't need to do that. I was just... we could save that for when he shows up.
like, I want to save it till he shows up.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's just do simmering anger until he's on screen. So he pops up, looks at you, it's like, oh, I'm going to assume that's sorcerous mutations there and not anathemic magic.
I am beautiful.
I slap Adam.
And
And I don't have a response to
are
that.
you...
It's just so real.
Question.
It's just too real.
Did you talk to Siri, or Sari, before coming here?
I didn't see much in the way of ghosts on the way
I
up
never
here.
said
Like, a lot of them were
ghost.
abducted.
I said her name.
I start to side-eye Mantle.
I'm sorry to hear that she passed away.
You just see, like...
Wait, okay,
yeah,
let's rewind.
Please.
Yeah, let's rewind that because he is not in on this. He is a priest who was doing his fucking job and got kidnapped by the creepy cult because he got in over his head.
Yeah.
So let's rewind that. So towards him asking about Siri, it's like, I'm not sure who that is.
Okay, so you weren't the one that... So you weren't the one that it was... That... You weren't the monk she was talking about, then. Are there any others?
Well, I think I was the latest one to investigate. Presumably they were going to try some means of killing me, but... man, a pretty stern stuff. That's what Hesias's blessing does for you. I should mean to ask... I was going to go in there and confront him on my own. I do have most of the basics of Immaculate Fire style down, but... If you do want to come with and give some magical assistance from, like, the obsidian butterflies or whatever you people can do, then I won't say no, but things might get... I am legally obligated to tell you that mortals there would be at risk.
But I find that really funny out of character, just the guy go like, hey, if you want to go fire that eldritch blast over here, you could come over and, hang out.
He's just giving you a thing. He doesn't know that you guys are... a solar and lunar, because otherwise you'd be getting a very different reaction from a monk.
If you wanna fire Kamehameha over here, no, I just mean like the guy just goes, oh yeah, you got that signature technique I know. You know what would be a great place to point it at? That guy.
I mean, I did list his inspiration as cool youth skateboard pastor.
Yeah.
Joke stolen shamelessly from the Gloam and Taxes campaign that one of the current devs ran. Thank you, Vance.
How do you do fellow exalts?
But I just tell the priest, oh, I just lead the way, and don't worry, we can help. But you're leading the way. Get in front.
Just know that you might be a little
Calm
bit
down.
in the way after all of this.
The dude said he was made of sturdier stuff. Maybe he can take some hits.
I mean, he is the fire aspect of the group, not the earth, but he does have some resistance charms. Oh,
Right.
outside of Shadow, you're still hearing the sounds of fighting. Just an all-out backroom brawl of just boom, punch, stock punch
Yeah.
effects. Midway in the
That's
background,
fine.
By the way,
SSD
yeah, if you
is
could-
doing the war sequence of basically a non-lethal version of the church scene from Kingsman.
Oh, fair. Hey,
By the way, if you're wondering how we got through the guards got through the guards.
He doesn't need to know any more than he needs to.
Hey,
Come on now,
Gavel.
let's go.
Okay then.
would you like
Okay, I'll stop. I won't
You know, I
reveal
did
the market
plant-
secrets.
I did plant an infectious idea in them. It's good to know that's coming off.
Yes, sure. Now, go on, lead us. Go. Front.
Yes, I'm sure
You.
everything is because you planned it. All right, let's
That's
go.
what Mantle is saying. Whether or not that's true, no, it's not. He's a bit overestimating his own abilities. Yeah,
He's a
that was
little
all
smug, man.
Gavel.
I lowered the. I've gotten rid of the wings. My disappointment is immeasurable in the wings in my days.
I think it takes doesn't it take a few
Put my
days to
coat-
go
I'm-
away?
not if you're an
Put my
exalt.
coat back on. No, I'm an
Because
exalt.
remember,
I can do
Okay,
what I
like,
want.
then.
Exalts
Yeah, they're
are,
there.
like, it can, if they do not want it anymore, they can fight it, but I think they have to spend a month.
Right, okay. No, it just
Oh,
fades away
okay.
on its own if they're not desired. It is giving me a bit of difficulty in loading this.
That's fine.
So, entering into
Yeah.
Wild Suspire is the name of
Wild
this guy.
sus at pyre.
What's it? I will also mention that as the priest is leading, I'm grabbing the back of his cloak or whatever.
All right. Just as like a means of...
As the
Why are you...
As a
the
means
word
as a
sus.
means of not
that's
losing
fair.
him.
As the word sus left your lips, I could feel every vein in my body bulging simultaneously.
Yes, the word sus is what dispels the virtue poison. No, that's still there, unfortunately.
No, I
Yeah,
mean out of
right,
character.
right.
I mean in real life, I felt myself go feral.
All right. For whatever reason, this map
but
is
yes.
refusing to upload.
So,
Oh,
So question about where would we be at on the map? Would we be coming out of that channel?
You come in at the far. You come in at the
where
far
that channel
left.
is. Okay.
Far left.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Going on your way through the caves.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually got to the god before he showed up, but one of the guys from. I don't remember which one of those cultists came up from behind and smacked me over the back of my head, and I guess I got a little too cocky. I've been told I need to work on that. I'm sorry.
Fucking hate this guy's like, yeah, this isn't actually my real body. I'm actually 6'4".
Actually,
That's the tone he's giving off.
6'4", by the way.
That's the tone Mantle's giving off.
mean,
Yeah.
What's it? I just say to Mantle, I mean, you're a priest. It's to be expected.
Don't you get? I mean, yeah.
You know, if I were more
about it,
orthodox, I
do
would be
something.
obligated to smack you for doing that, but you did help save me from the pit, so I'll cut you some slack.
Gavel rolls her eyes.
You're mouthing a lot of profanities off at him when he's not looking, I'm sure.
Yep.
Scratches at his ears, so it's like,
warfare for a monk.
you haven't met too much of the clergy, have you?
Oh no, quite the opposite. In fact, you could say I'm a frequent churchgoer.
Roll his secondary die pool to see if he can identify anything about you from what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Well, suffice to say, I remember. And I'm like, Adam just goes, well, monks can't eat meat, so I don't get many
What's a
monks
monk?
at the establishment.
Okay.
All right.
So
what
from
happens?
that die roll, he identifies. Okay, you're a local merchant Oh, you're one of the. Oh. Now he doesn't know that you're chosen. What he is able to piece together from die roll is the context of, oh, you're one of the local. Deadites, something along those lines. I should note I am not with the brotherhood that attacked you.
Oh, don't worry. I don't think that'll matter too much.
You see, you're going to be pretty dead.
By the
Ike.
way, I've heard some rumors from the rest of the brothers and sisters who have been sending expeditions. I don't intend on doing any colonizing of people or grouping them into a jati. You wouldn't happen to have anything to do with... Now, I know that the head monk, the Inquisitor, was killed in battle. In the area. I'm assuming...
That's putting it lightly.
Apparently his ghost is still around. We don't like to politically talk about the underworld. He's saying this as you're walking through the caverns and it's starting to get colder and colder.
I just say, oh, I know, that was intentional.
Here's the thing.
I guess even monks concern themselves with politics from time.
Oh, you have no idea of the half of it. But you know about the whole spirit courts we have to deal with. It's a fucking nightmare. Anyways, though, apparently in death, something to do with the humiliation of how he was killed in life. I don't have too much of the details. He's thrown his group in with something called a Neverborn.
Didn't we learn about those before?
That's
sorry,
what makes
this is
sense. That's what
this is going on through Lythander's head of thinking. I remember hearing that. Didn't my weird person who's in my ring kill one?
Do you say that out loud? Okay, yeah. So what you're remembering is that the Neverborn are the ghosts of dead primordials, the original creators of the world who were very tyrannical and were killed in the Divine Rebellion by the Exalted in the First Age. They are dead super ghosts that desperately wish to die and take the rest of creation with them.
And my wife killed one, right?
Yeah, your wife was responsible for the deaths of one of the 5 or 6 or so primordials who died during that whole thing to become.
Oh, becoming the Neverborn.
What's it?
Yeah, she accidentally created one of them in the source of by killing what is effectively a concept, because that's what a primordial is. It's a concept.
Mm-hmm. But all right, Gavel says, "Oh, you don't say. Tell me more. Tell me more about this."
Well, on paper, that was my whole reason for coming to the area, is for putting the ghosts of one of our departed to rest, sending it back into the cycle of reincarnation. But something, if he's gone to with one of those unclean spirits, then I would probably be doing a bit more than putting him into the cycle of reincarnation, is my thought.
Unclean spirits, you say?
We're not supposed to acknowledge that the underworld exists at all.
So you have to lie to yourselves, then.
See, I've never been a... You see, I've never been a huge fan of that
So you
philosophy
have to lie
myself.
to yourselves, is what you're saying. You have to tell yourselves that the truth doesn't exist.
Tell me, Mantle, what do you know about the underworld?
I know that it's a separate realm of existence that was created through may have been created through anatemic experimentation at the end of the first age. Ghosts don't always pass on to the cycle of reincarnation due to the weight of whatever giant spirits are down there, and sometimes some ghosts go crazy and sip the void juice, I think is what one of the sisters in the monastery called it. She was always a bit on the weirder side. Anyway, they sip the void juice and become titanically powerful.
Right.
I see.
So there's ghosts clogging up the ghost hole.
How did you know that exact turn of phrase she used?
Priest.
Clogging the drain. I guess that saying is a bit more widespread than I thought. That's funny.
He's a frontiersman. He has lots of things. Now, how much? I'm a
linguist.
Now, how much further to this location, priest?
Well, funny thing you mentioned that. There were some elementals in the way when last I was down there. Tried to take the big boss, got clobbered by whoever. So, let's go ahead and launch into this combat encounter. If everyone wants to, I will do narration, and then everyone can do joint battle rolls, because we'll finish out this session with the big fight. The first thing you see as you're crossing down a slope is an army of what appears to be a mix of earth and water elementals.
I shove the priest forward.
He actually takes a step forward. It's like, I can take care of myself, by the way.
Do what you want.
Why don't you leave the big god to me, and you can use whatever sorcery you have on taking care of these elementals.
No, I don't think I'll be doing that, darling.
You realize putting yourself in the way of a divine conflict could result in your death?
Oh, I have some business with the divine myself. Don't worry.
You wouldn't happen to be a martial artist of some kind, would you? Oh, right. You're a sorcerer. Okay. All right, just be careful. Do you want to try and work some of these spells, maybe get some protection going for you before we march down in there?
I can attempt to do so.
You have never actually cast a spell this entire campaign, despite being
No, never. Not at all.
You want to try it?
This motherfucker is miscasting you as a sage.
Whoops, you have the wrong job
really
class.
Funny.
Do you want to try and cast Unbreakable Bones of Stone with a Shape Will action?
Sure.
Should note this involves singing. As part of the spell.
That's
Do you want to try
fine.
and sing anything to the local elementals before you bark into combat as a Shape Will action stunt?
Let's see. Gavel is going to sing an old church song that her mother once sang to her before her inevitable death.
Okay, you want to try and make anything up on the spot?
Oh, you want me to do lyrics?
want.
Okay, hold on.
Or you could just do something dramatic or funny or whatever.
Oh, hold on. No, if we're doing lyrics, give me a second. I'm gonna steal some lyrics real quick.
Good call. Because I'm a maniac, and I would have just fucking come up with a melody on the spot.
Hold on. Where is it? The shadow casts before me. I walk inside your circle. Protect me, correct me. You got your order, soldier. Inside my head is humming. Sometimes I hear them coming. The power, believing. The hate, I hate believing. And there. Yeah, that's what you get.
Okay, I'll give you a stunt for that. So this is very off-key, because unfortunately singing off-key is how the spell works. You get the local elementals so angry at you for singing the Bones of Stone song wrong, they forcibly correct it by turning you to stone for a bit.
Oh, boy.
So as you're essentially doing a spoken word slam poetry, you start slipping in references to the local earth and environment around you. So give me the shape will action.
Shape will... Okay, what do I do for that?
Plus sagacity roll and add your stunt.
Okay, so... Roll, what would I technically classify this under? I'll just do that. Let's see. So plus sagacity. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I hope if the singing is gonna keep being a theme, you may steal some lyrics from the Pentakill League of Legends in universe band.
I make no promises.
Like for when Kale sings.
5 successes.
That is enough.
Yay!
Wait, is it? Yeah, 5 successes. I think it's a difficulty. Wait, you need 4 will. What does it say in the spell's text?
For the as in the effect or the cost? Cost
you
is
need
4.
1 more, unfortunately. So,
darn it!
No.
You could finish that casting in combat if you want.
Yeah,
right, so as you're singing, you unfortunately don't manage to gather motes fast enough, and the singing does attract the attention of all the elementals I mentioned earlier. So you hear Wild Spider's voice say, "Oh, god damn it, I thought he handled those cops. Fine, fine, fine!" And you just start seeing a shape of what appears to just be... First glance, it appears to be a man, but he appears to have a mesa for a head. He appears to just have an outcropping of rock and stone as his skull, and a kraken opens as a mouth and it starts blasting steam. "I'll deal with them myself!
Leave
Can't let
Jiren to me!"
And then a few slugs start coming out. It's like, wait, he cursed me too? Join battle, everyone.
So, what would that be?
Yay! Alright, what do I roll?
Okay, I'm gonna roll join battle.
I should say a wild suspect. Anything you would be doing to get ready for a fight, and it counts as a build power action via a house rule to make things go a bit faster.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wild Suspire is not a fighter at all. He's only rolling 4 dice.
Wait, what is the dice again? It is...
Oh boy. Oh boy. Any attribute plus ability according to
You may
what
as well
you would
bring out
be
the initiative
preparing
tracker
yourself for.
too. To start bringing out turn orders.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay.
4 successes.
5 successes.
10 successes.
That's it. Or rather...
Hey! 10 successes!
On a sagacity check,
Yeah,
I guess
because
you're
I'm
making.
just pulling like shards of glass from the rocks and sands together to form butterflies.
Okay.
Do you have
Yeah.
an attribute at 5?
All right, Adam,
Wow.
you start with...
Yeah, I boosted my fortitude
I
to
think
5.
that is... Adam starts with 3 power.
Nice.
Gavel starts with... Gavel starts with 2. And Lythander, that's 10 successes, I think. So you start with 7 power.
Hey, let's go.
Well, I start with 3. I have
1
5
from
successes.
succeeding in the
Gavel
roll, plus the
has-
2 bonus successes.
7.
Okay.
Let me roll
I just wanted
mantles.
to understand what it is.
So I might be able to nuke the entire field, is what you're saying.
Hey.
Maybe?
That would be nice.
Yeah,
He's
he
at
got
6.
6. He starts with 3 power. And now for the battle
They
group of
roll
elementals.
They roll
The main threat in
infinitely
this.
better than us. Max 10s.
No, they got 3
Nope, they
successes.
only start with 1 power.
Not so.
Alright, so the heroes have 1, so Wild Suspire does have the ability to interrupt the turn order, but if it's alright with you, Mr. Mantle's going to be taking the first turn to make things a bit more doable for this fight.
That's fine.
All right.
Pull down to the Presence Charms, because he has something I was going to recommend for a correct to take, but I have an NPC. In addition, for actual reasons of being here, he's here to help make the fight a bit more doable, because otherwise this guy would be immaterial throughout the entire fight, and it would be a pain to actually punch him out.
Right.
Something to force him to actually manifest. I am scrolling down to...
If he's immaterial, could I still shoot him with my ghost destroyer?
Actually, no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this out of character. Try and let me get the last hit on this on the
Yeah,
big guy.
It's a very...
I'll do my best.
It's a very...
That's okay. I'll
Actually,
soften
I
him
think
up
you
for
might be able to hit them. Spirit Cutting Glance, does that let you... Gavel, read out what that charm is?
Oh, Spirit
Yeah.
Slaying Stance?
While I look...
Spend 1 mode on...
ahead.
Yes. Spend 1 mode on step 3 on a decisive attack to inflict aggravated damage against a spirit, god, demon, or ghost. If the Exalt slays a spirit with this charm, it is unable to reform for a number of months of downtime equal to the Exalt's essence rating or until the end of story. And... because I'm an infernal, I have the mode Life-Denying Hate. When used against a god or demon, the infernal may destroy them utterly, or inflict a powerful curse upon them, until treated by powerful magical healing. The target cannot dematerialize without the infernal's approval and has only a single health level.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking cool.
Let me get the last hit,
Yeah, let me get the last hit so they can perma-kill
Alright,
this guy.
Again,
I might
I'll
one-shot
soften him up
them,
for
so
you you can
I
do your-
apologize
Oh.
for nothing.
Well, I found the ability just in time, so he is going... Mantle is going to spend a on activating Spirit Manifesting Word. He's going to force this guy to become material for the entire
to
scene
succeed.
if he manages to succeed in that. By the power invested in me
By
as a member of
success.
the Pure Way, I hereby demand you get your ass over here so I can beat the shit out of you!
Such
Very
a
much
foul
so.
mouth for a priest.
Holy in war actions, not in words!
4.
The god only has a resolve. The god only has a resolve of, I believe it's
Okay,
2 or
good.
3, so it does succeed.
Yes!
So, as he is speaking, you see a gout of fire just emerge from his mouth. He is fire breathing and forcing the air around Wild Suspire to shimmer and materialize, that eventually he pops into full manifesting.
Yay.
Not bad.
Oh, wait a second. Does that succeed? Let me make absolutely
Turns out you
sure.
weren't-
Difficulty increased by the spirit's essence rather than intimacy or virtues. So, he has essence of 3, so... he did roll a 10, I should note. Does anyone want to give an assist roll on him? Use a reaction to help him out, because otherwise this would fail.
Who? Mantle?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help him.
You want to back him up? Alright, what do you want to do for this?
I'm trying to
Because
think.
He will... You can't hit this guy. Like, only Lythander would be able to hit this guy through Spirit Cutting Glance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going
I will
to...
try to. I can try to.
Yeah,
assist
go
you
ahead.
If you like, I have a
Alright.
line ready.
What's it? I'm going to use my presence as a Yozi to try and terrify...
Well, you are not a Yosi,
This
you're
guy-
one of their
this-
champions, but...
Well, yeah. One of the champions of the Yozi. To try and scare this guy.
Alright, go ahead. What are you going to say?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, come on, don't be shy, dearie. It's only going to get much worse if you resist.
Cast mark flickers, thankfully when the priest is not looking, so the god can see it, but he can't. Go ahead and give a force plus presence roll for an assist.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 8, 10.
Hey, not bad, Mandy. Turns out you weren't all talk after all.
4 successes.
Okay, he gets to add 2 more dice.
Yay!
Turns out you
Damn it.
will talk after all.
Darn it!
Can I still
Yeah,
have
go
one?
ahead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to utilize something a bit in my memory bank and try to sort of bless his incantation with a bit of revealing sunlight, some golden chains, sort of this very mystical, because fire elemental, sun. We have a bit of a kinship thing going on
alright.
here. So I tried to sort of boost a bit of his power with my own sort of capacity, and I use my gun. I try to use my gun as a conductor for his thing. I try to do the Mista Giorno thing where I just put my gun in his hand and I try to make him point my gun at the guy.
All right.
And I'm like,
Go ahead
your
and
enemy.
add your artifact rating of, I believe it's a 4 artifact to the assist roll. Let's say this is also presence,
Alright,
I think.
So 4 plus presence
Yeah.
plus force. So that makes it 11d10.
Well, please.
7 successes.
7
So
success.
Okay.
Mantle gets to add 4 dice onto this then.
Please!
Come on, man.
Don't
Almost out
suck!
here.
One.
Okay.
Okay, is that
One success.
is that enough?
Let me, he got 4 successes on the initial roll, and this is difficulty 5, so just barely yes.
Thank goodness.
Yes!
All right.
Unfortunately, only Lythander still
I
has
don't
a
have to-
turn in this round, but he is manifest for the rest of the fight.
That's fine.
Homo eroticism wins the day again.
I don't have to break his neck in the middle of combat for being such a worthless priest.
So this
I
is
mean,
the
he's been in
god
prison
who's
for a
doing
while.
the
Cut him some
who
slack.
did the atrocities, correct?
Yeah, this is the god who has been, through using various kinds of magic, both through running the water in town and extorting worship from these people
And
as a cult.
is this also the ones who are the god who is trying to make us running the syndicate, correct?
He appears to. It's unclear if he's the one running the syndicate, but whatever is killing whatever is essentially using up the ghosts of people and binding them into soul steel, he appears to be complicit. This is the source of
Okay.
that, going by Sari.
Question: do we know the god's name at the moment?
Wild Suspire.
Wild Suspire.
You just see Lythander point at Wild Suspire. So you're the one who thinks it's all right for the spirits of the damned to be contained. You're going to really feel it now, for we're going to destroy you from limb to limb. I am I'm going to do the bellowing tyrant proclamation.
Okay, limit break is now active. Lasts for the rest of the session. Those who do not acknowledge the luminous supremacy must be put in their place. We have barbed insults, blatant sense of superiority, or some other means of making the offender submit.
I had something in my head, I forgot to write it down, but then chills interrupted and my brain got burned.
Oh, don't worry about it. It just means that you are compelled to
Yep.
focus entirely
So-
on him throughout this scene, I think.
I am going to try to build will so that I could cast a spell.
Yep, go ahead. Let's say that the limit break means that you can only focus on him throughout the scene as the tunnel vision of the aggressor
also,
behind all the
where
suffering
is
going
it?
on.
Gatekeeper's wisdom, with a sorcerer has the opportunity to study going on society's secret movements of ghosts or spirit courts. Gain 2 will, so I would have 2 will already because I was talking to Sari.
Yeah,
to
you
gain
start
this
with 2 will.
information. And it would be sagacity plus fortitude. I am going to spend a mote to go to 4 motes to use my excellency to make this 15.
Okay. Okay. I will say that the Great Curse is compelling you to be, let me read through this again. So yeah, throughout this fight, you are going to be, being incredibly mean to him. I mean, he does deserve it, but you'll be basically... Your goal throughout this fight is going to be attempting to submit and prove your
8
superiority
successes.
over this motherfucker. Okay, so
Yeah, boy.
you build 5 will, which is enough to cast a spell, and are you doing a
Yes.
decisive attack right out of the gate with your 7 power? Okay, so you have 7 power
9
and can
power.
spend the other 2 will as power in this. So if you want,
So
Yep.
9 power. I forget how this goes here. So it would be.
so make an
and do I
attack with
get
sagacity.
any attributes? All right. So
Yeah, fortitude. Because with the elementals approaching you, it is hard to focus with all the onrush of steam and essentially the heat ballooning in temperature. You need to force your way to conjure all the still air into glass.
5 successes.
I think he doesn't have a very good defense since he's not the combat one, and ordinarily he would be having cover from this via the size 1 battle group of various earth and water elementals
It
giving him
destroys
cover.
Yeah.
The death of obsidian butterflies will
Actually,
pierce
let
right
me
through that.
see. Actually, do I
Yeah,
wanna use
exactly.
that
So you don't need.
one or the other one of ivory light tea.
He doesn't have any flesh to slough.
Oh yeah, so butterflies it is then.
Sloth.
Yep. He has a defense of
So it meets.
he has a defense of 5, so that does hit. Yep. So roll. So please roll. I'm gonna assume that this is a bonus damage version of the spell. So take 1 plus all the power you
Okay.
use, which is either 7 or 9 if you want to use the rest of the will. And I think as a medium weapon, let me pull up Gavel's sheet as an example. What are the medium weapon tags for ranged? Yeah, it adds 1 to damage. So 2 plus
Yep.
2 plus either 7
gonna
or
burn
9
the
if you want to
juice.
burn your whole juice, Korak. Okay, so roll 11 dice for damage.
So 4. Plus the 1 extra from, so that'd be 5 damage.
4 successes.
Oh, okay.
That does not add successes to
it's a-
damage.
Success.
Damn it, that would have been really cool if it had rolled more successes, but okay, so unfortunately, despite all the rage flowing through your system, you don't. Oh wait, add 1 more dice to the damage because I think I miscalculated a little. Yeah, you got an extra 1 from that build will.
Yeah.
8. 1 from succeeding plus the threshold, so. Oh. So 4 successes. He does only have a soak of 3, so you do deal 1 damage.
So this is literally
He
basically
has 6 health levels left.
Goku literally shooting a Kamehameha that could destroy the entire universe into Cell, except it missed this time. Or except it would have just burned off his pinky. That is the equivalent of what happened.
No,
Yeah.
you did deal some damage to him, and
Well, very minimal damage. Like,
Yeah, you didn't one
A
shot.
point
You did
out
yeah,
of
you
20.
unfortunately due to bad luck, but such is the way that table games happen. Unfortunately, yeah.
That happens.
So you launch a big burst of glass towards him, and most of it is immediately melted by the sheer mind-blistering heat. He does seem to be incredibly perturbed that he has just been forced into material existence. It's like, damn it, I thought we... he said he killed him. Fine, I'll fight.
Nope.
I have too good a gig here, too cushy a job. I am not giving it up. I am not going back.
Oh no, this is the worst kind of person in the world. The office scumbag, but now he's a lich.
He's become the Lich of Edinburgh.
All right, I am going to. The Army of Elementals is going to be doing a. Well, Suspire is going to do a build power action for the Army of Elementals. Fucking deal with them! He's fleeing towards the back of the cavern.
Oh, no, you don't.
Just gingerly stepping over.
Also,
actually, he can't flee because of the difficult
way
terrain
have been
created from the
destroyed,
spell.
though, so, I mean, there would be no difficult terrain. That's only
that's
on
right.
the sloth one. In fact, all difficult terrain would have been destroyed.
No, the Black Blast leaves behind difficult terrain.
Oh, yeah,
So he
it
actually
does.
can't really move. He's stuck in the middle of the pond. Instead of moving to long range,
Yeah,
it's
but
medium
the
range.
spell would have
See,
done something
the spell did do something helpful.
At
Yeah.
0 will.
We take these.
Or at 0 power.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, so he's doing a.
Yeah, for a point out of 20 health.
It's still good. You managed to get him. Like, you got him.
All right. The build will action manages to gather 3 power for the army, so they go from 1 to 4. And now it is their turn. They are going to be making a decisive attack on Gavel.
Well, lovely.
I believe they have a stat sheet of 8, so R8D10. They are going to be using a quality that elementals can have access to. Let me just scroll up to where that is written down here. These are non-sapient elementals, so they're just doing what their boss on the divine hierarchy tells them to do. They are going to be spending a mote on elemental strike. Increase the damage of a successful withering attack by their essence of 2. So if they hit, what's your defense?
Defense is 4.
They do hit. So they're going to be spending all of their power on this. So they have 4 power, and they have a bonus damage of 2. So add that to their medium damage die pool of 1 plus damage, so 7. Oof. What's your soak?
Oh, 6.
So my soak is 2.
Okay, so you take 4 health levels of damage.
Ouch. So where do I put that on the health thing?
Going over to using Lythander's sheet as an example, this should fill out your -0 and at least some of your -1s.
Oh, okay, yes, I see. Ouch.
Yeah, so a big ass rock flies through the air as they do the pebble dance from The Last Airbender. Oh no, they don't do that. That's a joke. What actually happens is they conjure forth a storm of shrapnel, and it just kind of flies out at you. Yeah,
Flies at me.
It really does a number on you. You're not killed with one hit,
Ouchie.
of course. That would be unsporting, but it's pretty painful.
It hurts a lot. It's hurting a lot.
Yep. All right, top of the new round. Who wants to go first? Yeah,
Turn,
top of the turn.
No, you did. You
Well,
spent your
I'm
action
down with
trying to
whatever
help
you're
with
down.
the spell.
Did I even go?
You
by the
did
way,
go.
Yeah, we'll get up.
Forcing this god to materialize, which now you can hit him.
True. All
He's
right.
not benefiting from cover anymore thanks to the obsidian butterflies spell.
So let me try and get him. I'll try to soften him up. He's at what range?
Medium
is he
range
at?
from you guys.
All right, I'll walk into short range. with
You
him so I can
can't.
use my,
Because of the
can't.
elementals blocking the way, they're acting as difficult terrain due to a outnumber quality they have.
In that case, I'll just I'll use Blossom of Inevitable Minds to aim
Okay.
a thing. First, I'll commit the mote. Then I'll extend my maximum range by a range band, just to make sure that I can hit him from
Okay.
this range. Then I will. And you're aiming as well, so I don't remember how many successes that adds. So this is just for aiming the attack, and I'm making a decisive attack on him. So this would be a ranged attack plus force plus.
I did check the rules. I think the reflexive
Yes?
aim lets you add 3 dice.
Okay, so 12 d10s on accuracy, and I believe. And I got, I'm not in righteous devil form yet, so I don't get the extra. Accuracy. But let's go ahead and do those 12 d10s.
Is this
All right?
Is this withering or decisive?
Decisive.
Okay. How much power do you have? All right. He has hardness 4, so you do need to spend all of that, and you do hit over his defense of 5. So, roll the 4 power plus whatever bonus damage you have from the artifact and anything.
And I'm going to spend another mote, and I'm spending another mote on
Dazzling Flare.
Dazzling Flare,
Okay.
exactly. 4 dice bonus to the damage of a decisive ranged attack. It ignores a point of soak.
He is going to
Also,
he's going to spend 3 motes out of his 10, so this is pretty expensive, on Durant Aegis. So he is adding his essence. Wild Suspire is adding his essence of 3 as a penalty for the damage roll. So take 3 dice away from the damage pool.
So this goes to 4 plus 5. So my it would be my ranged combat plus the.
Oh no! This
dice
is you already
plus
did the hit roll. This is the damage roll. So the power you spent plus the damage minus 3.
The power I spent plus the damage minus 3. Plus the 4.
Yes, plus the 4.
4. So 4 plus 4 plus 2 minus 3. So 7 d10. Does aggravated damage help at all?
Can you deal? It means he can't heal it outside of magic.
No, I mean, I mean, just like if this helps beat some of those defensive dice.
Not in this case, no. It just means that whatever damage you inflict, he is not going to be able to heal from, basically ever.
Well, then I'm not going to spend the extra.
You can if you want to. Oh.
No, that doesn't work out too well.
Yeah, sometimes the die bite you, unfortunately. However, I should note you did force him to spend a lot of motes, so he can only do that trick so many times. So unfortunately, that is eaten by his soak. So while you do manage to shoot at him, he's made of a lot of the rock and water around him, and it builds up into a protective shell of armor made of stone that does manage to soak the blow. It does seem like he had to do that on pretty short notice, and he had to spend a good amount of spiritual essence that you could see. He can't do that much more often.
Damn thing's sturdy.
He's going to interrupt the action in order to build more will for his soldiers. Keep firing! Keep firing! He's starting to freak out a little. 4 successes, he only builds them 2 power. So they're from 0 to 2. Alright, who wants to go next?
Sure, I'll...
I don't want to do this. I don't want to deal this. Actually, I can't even do that. Let's see. I'm gonna try and finish casting Unbreakable Bones of Stone.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so that is...
You do have a -1, I think, at bare minimum from the decisive damage you've taken.
Okay, yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, -1, 7. 5 successes.
You do it. So,
thank goodness.
Read for us what that spell does again.
Alright, Unbreakable Bones of Stone. Reduce all dice penalties associated with wounds by 1 to a minimum of 0. The sorcerer adds 2 to her soak and her dice pools for feats of strength, and she does not take damage from falling regardless of height.
Good, so your wound penalty is no longer in effect in this fight, then. And
thank goodness. I have 2 more
So
silk.
you, after getting pelted by stone, you cough and pick out some pieces of it, and then you start singing again. And this time, even the local elementals you're facing start screaming back at you and screaming in unison. You are getting into a battle of the bands right now, and eventually it's getting so intense that some of their earth essence starts infecting you, and now you're made of rocks for a bit.
Yeah.
The pain does fade from the blow, so you're able to refocus and recommit yourself to the battle again.
Sure.
That's good, at least.
Lythander is going to try to run at the...
Lythander, do you want to go next, or do you want to
at
let
the-
Mantle take the next action?
Lord Sus. Yeah, Sus fire and hits an elemental to gain... with a withering attack while running
Sus
forward.
fire.
It would be close combat with... what is it?
Okay, go ahead.
With fortitude or force? Or finesse here. Of course.
Let's say
I was gonna
force.
say I'll take finesse even. We'll cut it in.
Or
the
for you know what? You're having a hard night. Let's say fortitude.
because this is the only way to build power, right?
Nah, that's fine.
Oh, I'd like to build power for myself.
You could do a build power action through performance, either for yourself or for your friends.
With performance.
Okay,
I'm
go
going
ahead.
to
How do you
run
wanna
straight forward
flavor
at Susfire with 2 middle fingers at him.
via your rage.
Saying, "You will. I'm going to end you."
Performance via audacity.
That's certainly...
Okay.
Okay, yeah, take a stunt with that too, man. Just for the sheer thing of you basically fucking growing and glowing silver a bit, just giant middle fingers fucking off towards this giant fucking rock monster god. The
So
sheer
should we put
balls of
finesse
that.
or fortitude
Yeah, that's
there?
definitely powerful.
Okay.
Fortitude.
It is not.
I'm not hearing it, but... Yeah, no. See, I am glad that you allowed me to do that, because all my points are at the very end. So if I
Gain
only
2
rolled
power.
the 4, okay.
Alright,
2
next
power.
up is Mantle. Let me scroll to what he's going to do, just to make sure this goes correctly. He's going to do... I think he only has 1 power right now. No, he has 3. I have to remember my own shit. I really need to write some of this shit down. He does have enough for the decisive attack he is about to inflict on this army of elementals. He is trying to clear the way for... Now that he has made the god manifest, he is trusting the wizards in this impromptu party to help out with the god. He is going to spend a moment on activating Fire Dragon style.
Okay.
The Exalted eyes glow with heat as they slip into a graceful, deadly dance. So he basically is moving a lot like a firebender would in Avatar: The Last Airbender. So he's, so he is just going to start gaining anima like crazy, and he is in a very impressive martial arts stance. We're all very proud of him. For the accuracy roll on him attempting to punch a rock. Oh. No, unfortunately, the die does not like anyone on the player's table today. That is unfortunate. The only 1 success.
Nope.
Not high enough to beat their defense. So even though he is dropping into a very impressive martial arts stance, he's still pretty weakened after his several days, of imprisonment, and he just... Punching a rock does not let him burn right through it. Damn it, if only I had found my swords. Ah! Ugh. Starts wincing out his hand, pulling it back. Now it is the elementals' turns. They only were able to build up 2 power, so they are going to spend up on another quality that they have of they're going to spend another mote on their attack again to add their essence to the withering to their building power action. That they're going to do a withering attack on Mantle.
Okay.
Alright, so they generate 6 power.
Oh my goodness.
So they are basically knock him right on his ass. Not literally, but they are definitely forcing him on the defensive after his failed impressive, immaculate style punch. He was getting a bit too arrogant in his martial arts. He needs to go to his training. He needs to go to remedial monk school now. He's an asshole. And they... him on the defensive now. It is not looking great. But it's a new round now. Everyone regenerates 1 mote.
Thank goodness. All right. Although I never used emotes.
Who wants to go next?
Sure, I'll go first, and I will continue charging and cussing. And this time, use a mote for Shadow
Yeah,
Hand
you
to
can
try to poke him
flurry,
in the
build
eye.
power, and the sorcery things at no cost. So you can do both actions.
So,
with
still
that
performance.
power.
Okay.
What anima are you at? It's 1 for every mote you spend, so if that's the first mote you spent, you should just be at 1.
2, so I should be at 3. Or 2. I should be at 2.
Okay, so as long as... So, he's... Mantle's only going to notice that you're a lunar anathema if you got the 4 or higher, so he hasn't seen yet.
Okay.
Oh!
Okay, 11 successes.
You are now at 10 power.
So, let's see,
You were
I'm at
saying
10. I was at 2 before, so I
You are now all the way
gain
up close.
8 there, or did I gain more? If I gain more, I can pass that over to a friend, I think. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you can
give
drop some of that
Adam is
power
going
off
to
by a
gain
friend. So you
power,
can give
I
a friend
think.
1 power, I think.
I think it's only 1 because I think I just barely cover over.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just barely broke the cap. Alright, so go ahead and give me the free build will action too. And given that the stunt of still approaching this guy angrily with a fucking shovel, I'll also
Wait,
give you a
what?
stunt on that.
You're telling me I get to roll. I get to roll
it's a
another
stunt from the sheer-
2d10? Okay.
Yep.
1 more.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's... Wait, that was the build power action you took. So if you're building will for another butterfly attack, that is
I
one
would like
success
to build
for that
will,
build
but I don't
will
think I
that's
can do
about to
that
come up
now.
as well.
Yeah.
You activated Shadow Hands.
Yeah.
Oh, well, actually, yeah. So that was
Yeah,
the flurry
I
build
was-
power with Shadow Hands casting.
The
so
hand
that
is
would
trying
need
to
be
poke
next
him in
turn.
the eye.
But you do hit the power. Yeah, you do hit the power
Yeah.
cap, though. And so go ahead and let someone else go. Who wants to go next?
I am going to cast Fist of... Or I'm going to use Fist of Iron technique.
Okay.
That's 1 mote. I am going to make my unarmed attacks heavy
Okay.
weapons. Which will give it 2 damage and plus 1 to defense. But as for the tags, I'm going to do flame and piercing.
Okay.
Along with that, what's it? How far away am I from Big Man?
Well, there is difficult terrain passing through these enemies, so it would take it would take your reflexive movement and your normal action to get past them.
Okay.
Because you're medium range away from him right now. It would take you it would take you a sprint to get to short range so you could punch him.
Yes. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna use my move trying to get closer to him.
You Mario jump and platform your way over a bunch of the rock elementals of the... Basically, they look like the Talos from Breath of the Wild in the Zelda games. So you are like a footstool hop jumping off of them.
Yes.
All right. Suspire is going to desperately try and attack Lythander as he's getting it within melee range of him. It's like, no, mortal, you stay away.
Seems awful scary for a guy.
Well, yeah, he's seeing the cast mark. So he is just going to be doing a withering attack on you with his divine panoply of 4 dice. He is not a direct combatant. He's not doing super good. He does have an auto success from his accuracy, but this is just a withering attack, so it's not going to do any damage to you, Borak. What's your defense?
4.
He does not hit.
Yeah, I was about to say. I would have been impressed if he somehow did.
Panic mode for now. You still have your shovel, so you just casually bling it up and you back hit.
This shovel is the shovel that's gonna pierce your brain.
At you. Not very effective. He just starts screaming. Wait, fuck! This was not supposed to happen. No one was supposed to stumble upon this. I was told no one would find me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who wants to go next?
All right, I guess that's...
Yeah, that's fair.
Me.
I was saying that for formality.
So, all right. I'll just... you got a bit of an issue with the boys sort of swarming the...
Mantle?
Swarming everybody.
Yeah,
here.
Mantle and everyone else. And
yeah.
You.
I don't really have much that I can do in regards to that, but I can start up my... I can try and help out with, like... What did we ever establish what Domain's Beneficence stat was?
Volcano.
Too much
yeah,
volcano.
But what's the stat associated to it?
You just spend a mote and you could add 3 die to anything related to do with volcanoes or anything to do with a magnanimous pyroclast domain. I will say that there is enough heat and earth around you to function for adding that into a roll if you want to activate that. So it depends on what you want to use it for.
I want to use it to help everyone else because I feel like they have a better way to like sort of hit the guy.
All right, you want to do a group build power action then?
Please.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and spend a mote for Domain's Beneficence to kick in and describe. I guess this would be a presence roll. Force plus presence.
All right, force plus presence. So I'm going to focus my energy and and a lot of my glow into my hands, and then I'm going to sort of reach for the ground and sort of tap it as if I'm looking for something. And then I'm gonna punch the ground and create these and like. With this clear idea in my head, I'm going to sort of reshape the environment of the cavern that this guy is in, creating like sets of stairs leading to him.
I will allow that.
Like they're all sort of like this sort of MC Escher painting of stairs, and they all...
That is rad. Go ahead and take a stunt for that
cave.
build power action.
So that's 4 set. So that's 7 plus the 3 plus 12. So it's 12. Build power action.
5.
12. D10.
5. So that's
Five
1 from
successes.
succeeding plus 2. So send that 3 power to
So
whoever you want.
give it
whatever,
all to...
in whatever order. Lythander is at the cap.
All right. All right. I'm gonna give it all to.
Gavel, there's a
Gavel.
very
Thank
convenient
you.
stone staircase now in front of you.
Oh, that ain't that
you
lovely.
get,
That's gonna be very
you
nice
get,
for next
plus
turn.
3 to your embassy rolls. Yeah,
All right, Mantle is going to try his best to hold. Now that there is a stone staircase, he's gonna take benefit of the doubt, not assuming that you guys are anathema right now, and he's still assuming that this
he'd
is
die if he
sorcerer stuff.
tried to
That's
fight
what he's
us.
telling himself, so he doesn't have to fight you.
I'm not owned. I'm not
Yeah,
owned.
he's kind of in full copium mode. He might be corn-cobbing a bit.
Cope.
Yep.
Seethe.
So now
malt.
that now that you're out of range, it's like, all right, good. If it's just me, I can go wild.
Wait,
then
does he
is activating
not see
overwhelming fire
Lythander
majesty
literally
stance.
there with a shovel beating this man to death?
Oh no, he's taking
Okay,
care of the elementals. Overwhelming fire majesty stance. Opponents in close range suffer a 3-die penalty when attacking him. If he suffers damage from a close range attack, the searing heat lowers the attacker's defense by 2, and he can spend 3 power to breathe fire and fuck these guys up. It just took him a bit to get going.
Oh, please.
He used the wrong
Thank
technique.
goodness.
He hit a misclick on his attack setup. So he is doing this as... Yeah, he has enough power for this, I think. He has, 4 power, I believe. So he is going to try another decisive... Yeah, he's just going to try another decisive blow on these guys.
What
Still
is
misses.
me?
Oh, come on, man.
Oh no! He has made himself very difficult to hit, but unfortunately he is not doing well. And he loses... He's gone down from a 4, I believe, to 2 power because of all the misses he's made. Because whenever you miss a decisive, you do lose 1 power.
Oh, my goodness.
He is holding them off. He can't hit them, but they're going to have a big difficulty hitting him, too. This was supposed to be a big dramatic battle.
Good,
Maybe that
least.
will happen later.
As long as they can take...
But I think the big dramatic battle is when certain other things will happen, so let's keep going. Who wants to go next?
Let's
Lythander
hope
would
that
like
he
to
can at
try
least
to
keep
You're
aggro
wrong, by
for
the
a
way.
while.
cast or gain will to cast a spell.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Wait, no, I still need to goad him. He's gonna shove his shovel into the ground and look at him and say, "I'm gonna bury you with all of the shit you've done."
All right. Yeah, let's do that as a social attack, actually. So go ahead and give me a force plus presence
Oh, man,
roll.
I can't do my normal. Being fortitude and sagacity to gain.
This is... Sorry, not this time.
So is that just a... So plus
You get a
three,
plus
right?
three on
yeah,
presence,
from the
by the way.
domain's beneficence.
Alright, so you said it was what and what now?
Yeah.
It's only
Force
seven
plus
this time
presence, plus
instead of
3.
10. 5?
So, yeah, so letting you do that. Yeah, I'm letting you take that first one for causing a bit of the confusion. So 5 plus 2, that's 7 successes. So you do the build well and get
Yeah. So I'm gonna make the attack.
yeah, that should be enough. Yep, go ahead.
So let's see.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm.
that is a 9 successes on the attack. Blasting passes defense of 5. So you can spend all 10 of the power plus the 4 from overflow, plus 1 from damage, plus 1 from the artifact rating of the attack.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna.
You should probably do it as long as it doesn't kill him.
Let's see. So 16.
So 10 plus...
10
Correct.
successes!
How I think this is working for you is that you're saving all of your good luck for specific rolls.
I guess so. Because that should not be possible the 4 10s in a row, or the 3 10s in a row.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 10 levels of damage. He only has a soak of 3, so he is going to be using Durant Aegis to decrease that by 3, but that is still a shitload of damage. So 10 minus 3 is 7.
7.
Minus another 3 is 4. So you have dealt 4 health levels of damage. Add that to the health levels. He only has 2 left, and you have now knocked him into the injury penalty range.
So out of character, Altos, you need Gavel to do this now because Lythander is going to continue to just assault this man to show he is superior.
I know!
And if Lythander kills him, he will come back.
Actually, does Lythander know this? About,
Yep,
about...
that's what I don't want to happen!
Would Gavel tell Lythander about...
Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't worry, he didn't kill him.
Well, remember, this is just to show my superiority. Having him be knocked down this bad.
Yes.
You test my power.
All right, so
I am glad to. It's been
yeah.
a while.
I'm glad you got a good roll, Korak. I know it's been good.
Yeah, this system can be ups and downs. Now you've had a big up. So, screaming in rage, you go through these spell motions again, and this time, because of the stone staircase limiting his options and a bunch of the lava dripping and limiting his escape route, there is nowhere for him to run, even as he conjures his own pools and reserves of essence to try and save himself. Wild Suspire is not a combat-focused character at all, so he is absolutely wrecked by a lot of this shit. You're cutting away at a lot of his essence because of, even if he was still immaterial and you hadn't recruited and dealt with the priest to help you out,
Yeah.
you would still be able to hit him and deal a shitload of damage because of your spirit cutting glance. So as it is, because he's material now, it just makes it even worse for him. Who wants to go next? As he is just being shredded like a cheese grater. I don't know.
Give me.
Would you like to go next, young lady?
I would like to go next. I just need to
Cheese or
double check what
rice?
I'm reading here for some of these charms.
Please enjoy.
Gains additional die for every 2 power. I
You
don't
try to
have
make it
that.
easier for you.
Add an additional die damage that.
Yeah,
No.
Chills, if you have some way of giving her even more
I
juice.
need more power.
I need more power is what I
Virgil.
need. Power is what I need.
Well, I could do the same thing I did last round.
Yeah, but
I need at least 7 power for what I intend to do.
Just doing another build power action for the party.
yeah, you can do that if you'd like.
Is it really 7 power? Jesus.
For what I want to do, yes. But it's not the spirit slain. It's something else I'm
Okay.
gonna do as well.
Okay, I'm still gonna try to help you in any way I can. Just let me
That's
know what
fine.
it is. So it's basically just you need power.
I need more power. I need at least let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 power. I need 2 more.
I'm gonna try and do you need any bonuses on rolls? Anything at all?
Bonuses on rolls could be helpful because I need accuracy.
Depends on what roll? What type of rolls?
Uh,
yeah, so accuracy.
Well, yeah. Because I think I can deal with power, or I think I can deal with die damage if I spend my power.
Don't mind that background roll. That was Mantle failing to notice that the cast marks are going off.
Okay, lovely.
So I'm just gonna try and
Absolute moron. Well, he's gonna learn if I
He means
do this
well.
right.
He's just in over his head.
Yeah.
What's a
A
flurry?
flurry is doing 2 actions at once. Normally there would be a 3-die penalty, but there are ways to mitigate flurry penalties, like what Korak is doing with Shadow Hands casting.
And if I attempt to do a withering attack, that only gives me power, doesn't give
Yes, but the benefit is that it is
doesn't give
easier
purple.
to build power that way than by normal build power actions.
Okay. So I'm gonna do Domain's Beneficence again to help out
Okay, go ahead.
my friend here. I'm trying to pull double duty, sort of building something into my
Yeah, there's
mind.
definitely enough heat essence and something. You are on an intersection of fire and water essence as benefits where you are.
Yeah. My fingers are a little tingly from being for being dug into the ground for a little long, sort of gathering magma into my hands, but I can sort of take it pretty well. Continue sort of trying to picture a sort of image in my head, something to create a focal point, enhance accuracy to an extent, and not necessarily accuracy, just enhance focus. So I try to create a optical pattern on the back of the wall, where like behind where the boss is, like just sort of so that the background behind him is this sort of weird game of elevation where it sort of makes his silhouette seem more
You're painting a
visible.
target on him, essentially.
Essentially.
Okay, go ahead.
Instead I'm just sort of using the background to draw him out in a sense. And you know how certain animals will they have stripes because it makes their outline harder to
Yeah, I
read?
gotcha.
I'm doing the opposite.
All right, so spend another mote for that. What's your anima at, just to check?
I've spent. It's each time I spend a mode, I get
Yes.
an anima, right? So at 5.
You are at 5 anima.
You are glowing like a Christmas tree.
We will deal with that after the fight then.
Might be a little too much magma.
Mm.
And I make the ring patterns. No stun for this one?
Not for this one, no.
Where should I go for this? Oh, it was 12, so yeah.
Actually, you know what?
I guess
You
it
did
would be
go the
10.
benefit of describing the target you're pinning on this guy. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
All right,
Jesus.
so at the 2 die from the stunt then. So 2 successes.
What?
The 12 was before the stunt, yeah? Okay, so add
Yes.
2 more dice.
Oh, goodness.
'Cause maybe that'll help, because that is a failed build
If-
power action if that... Oh.
Nope.
Yikes.
Stripes.
You know what? I'll give it to you. I'm going to have Mantle do a build power action, and some build power actions can be shared in between people. He hasn't noticed the solar anima going around Adam yet, but he is going to take a step back and do a bit of a war roll to build power and just start thinking of... Clearly his attacks on these elemental army have not been working. Punching rocks is not going to be helping here.
Mm-hmm.
Who
So
would've
instead he
thought?
is just going to strategize and... Okay, let's do...
And I yell at him, "What are you doing? We got a plan going. We gotta go to the source. Help us out here."
Right. He is commanding them. He is the attack the leader. Do that. And that is not very impressive, of course, saying that out loud, but he is pouring actual anima and essence into doing this, and he is starting to shape fire to further cut off Wild Suspires. He is using his Fire Dragon Immaculate powers to further cut off this guy's estate with the wall on one end, the target on the other, Lythander on the other end. He is effectively making a 3-dimensional box for Gavel to go and just sucker punch this guy in. So 8d10. He is spending an excellency on this, so
Oh, boy. 4
Gavel,
successes.
you gain the 2 power you need.
Thank goodness. All right.
Alright, so now it's your turn. Tell me what you want to do.
All right. So, question. Can I spend 2 charms at once?
Depends on if it's on the same step.
It's okay.
Not
You have
exactly,
you
but
still,
that's-
you still have the accuracy.
But-
you still have the accuracy.
How much accuracy did I gain from your shields?
That-
3.
I think
3,
that accuracy
good.
only applies for 1 roll. But you spent it again.
It
You
does.
spent it again. So go ahead then.
All right. So, unfortunately, not the same step. This is fine though. All right. First, I'm gonna do. Okay. So, what is the range I am in of this guy?
You are now within close range.
Close range.
After all the
Excellent.
boxing
All
in
right.
from multiple different parties have
Goodness.
forced him into a very, very poor strategic position. He's pinned against 3 directions of wall.
Yep. So I'm gonna go up the remainder of the steps and look at him, and say, if you think being demoted is bad, try eternal damnation. And now I'm going to cast. I'm going to do a decisive strike and do Spirit Slaying Stance.
All right, go ahead and take a stunt for the one-liner.
Oh boy!
And then you hear Fraser's dad going, just give him a swift kick in the face.
All right, so that would be. I'm going to say finesse and close combat. +3 accuracy. Oh, hold on. +3 accuracy. +1 for the stunt. Hold on, I'm doing math in my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, 10, 11. Please!
Is there any way I can
I
help?
need this! Oh! No!
Oh no!
Oh, balls.
Oh, well, first let's make sure you have the math right. That is with the 3 dice, right?
That is correct.
Did you add the 2 die from the stunt?
2 die.
The 2 die from it? No.
It's 2 die from the stunt.
I didn't roll that. All right, hold
Roll
on.
again.
Please.
I wonder if there's.
That's 2.
Okay, the weapon actually does give you... I think... Does the heavy weapon give you accuracy? No, if it's heavy.
No, it don't. No,
What
that's
charms are you
medium. That
using?
gives.
Do those help at all?
Oh, for let's see. I'm doing piercing and flame. So unless doing something to his defense.
Let me check. Oh, yeah, piercing. -1 defense to target until our next turn of successful attack.
Okay.
Okay, so that brings him from a defense
And
of
is there any way
5 to 4.
Okay, I just need 2 more then. Wait, no. I'm doing a decisive strike, so he also has a negative
would
2
my
soak.
shadow hand be able to help
Good.
with this?
Or he also
And
has
would-
-2 soak.
Yes, you could flurry you could flurry an assist action with that
All
for
right,
free.
and what do I do there?
Anything you could think of to
please.
help.
The hand will try to distract by trying to slap it in the face comically for performance.
You could flurry that with an actual
Sure.
distract gambit if you'd like. What's your power at?
0.
Well, then you can't do an actual distract gambit, but I will give you a performance check, a finesse plus performance check on helping, not to actually lower her defense, but just to give her enough of a window to actually manage to break this guy's defense and punch him.
Ooh,
You did already
I
have
can use
to this
observe her
round, though.
deceiving attack to perform a distract gambit without power.
But Lythander had an
Thank you.
action free due to Shadow Hands
I
casting.
did.
Okay. Okay, minimum difficulty of 3. Gavel, add 1 more
3
dice.
successes.
Sorry.
Actually, no, Lythander
That's
add a
fine.
stunt
No,
for comedy
you did the
factor,
best you
just
could, my
slapping
man.
him.
That's all I ask.
This-
5.
Please
2
be,
boys.
please be good.
Yep,
please
3
be
more
good.
dice.
Yes!
Gavel,
That's what I like to
3 more
see!
dice.
3 more dice.
5! Alright.
Actually,
3
4
more
more
dice.
dice, actually.
Oh, please be kind. Please be...
Because it's 6. 4 more dice. Because it's 6 successes.
Okay.
Just need 2 successes,
more
2 more
dice.
successes.
Yeah!
Please be
Hurry!
gentle. Please
No,
be
more!
kind. Please be
Roll the
willing.
bones.
Please be meek. 2 successes!
Okay!
3 successes!
Yeah!
1 overflow. So,
Oh.
how much...
No, it's yeah, because it's 1
What do you need
success,
7 power
2
for?
successes,
Tell the
3,
audience.
4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay, well, what I was gonna do was Wrath-Soaked Onslaught, but that's step 6 of a decisive strike, where I gain an additional die of damage for every 2 power spent. But I also gain the benefits of Corona of Fury if I spend at least 7
so go ahead
power
tell
and
us
an
how much
additional die of
that's gonna
damage.
be.
Alright, so hold on. Alright. So, damage. So if I spend all my power, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 for the Corona, which is okay, hold on. 8. Let's see, 8. 2 for the heavy weapon. So that's 10. 1 for the fire, so that's 11. And then my actual, let's see. Is there anything
if it's heavy,
else
you add
I
2
can add on
damage
to
from it
that?
being a heavy weapon. Flame adds 1
Yes,
damage.
I did include that in my mind.
And you are ignoring some of his soak due to this being a piercing attack.
Yep. Yes. Okay, so let's see. And I'm just rolling pure damage, or am I rolling attributes and abilities with this? Pure damage. Okay, so that is. Let me double check one last time. So 7 power. Okay, so 7 power. Then I gain +2, or I gain an additional die for every 2 power spent. So that is, that I've spent for the 6 power. That would be 3 additional dice, so 10. I gain additional dice because I have the Corona of Fury now active, or I have the benefit of Corona now. So that's 11. 11, 12, 13 for the for the heavy weapon, 14 for the fire. All right, so I'm rolling 14 dice in total. Oh, and then he has -2 soak because of piercing, and -1 defense. Please be gentle. Please be kind.
You are ignoring 2 of his soak, so
successes.
he only has a soak. He only has a soak of, I believe, 3.
This is correct.
2. Hey, he only had 2 health left.
So.
You kill him, just barely.
Hey, all right. So.
14 dice.
Thank
3 success.
goodness. You know what? I'll
let
take
you do it. So tell me, are you perma-killing him, or are you doing the curse?
Oh, I love piercing. Oh, I'm perma-killing this guy. All right, so if I may, I would like to describe what I'm going to do. I am going to essentially not dive kick, but dive punch him and punch him straight through his core. Grab whatever core essence I can and pop off of him while doing a dexterous flip move so that I land in front of Mantle. I hold the essence core in my hand, my cast fully visible to him at this point. And I just go, my name is Gavel. I'm the leader of the Deicides, and, well, as you're about to see, the killer of those who speak for heaven. And I crush the core in my hand.
That's one fucker who absolutely deserved
completely.
it. He was not expecting to be perma-killed today, so he was... The whole time he was begging for mercy. No, wait, I can tell you who... the slugs are coming out. He's still cursed to not speak of who was helping him in this endeavor, and he is dissolving in full-on copium mode. He's... no, please!
Can Lythander just throw the shovel in him?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Again.
Adam's hat falls off.
Well, that was
Oh
fun.
my goodness.
He's stunned.
Yeah, the elementals are just absolutely leaving now that the boss.
Also, I need to get my hands out of the ground. My hands are stuck.
Yeah, it took every
Good.
trick in your book to kill that guy.
That was tough.
And we will end off the session here with
It did?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who knew I could heal damage?
Turns out I make
Yeah, all
just
it
as
takes
good a
is for you
support
to
as I
have
do
a
damage
die roll that
dealing.
doesn't
do.
kick your ass. So we are going to close off the session with Mantle looking at the 3 of you. Now he's noticing that all the cast marks are active, and he is not dropping out of Fire Dragon stance. He's still in the martial arts stance. I was really hoping this wasn't going to be true, but you 3 are anathema, aren't you? Please give me a reason why I shouldn't have to kill you.
1, we saved your life. 2, we took care of the situation that you were trying to contain. And 5, Lythander offers him a glass of
Or I didn't
rum.
break your neck the
very
moment I
kind
saw you.
I can't drink.
Oh, okay. 1 second then. He pours him a glass of water. Stay hydrated. It's water.
Give me a presence roll to defuse the situation and take a stunt.
Well, I think it's safe to assume.
So, what finesse? I'm guessing I'm adding.
Well, I think
Yeah,
it's safe
sure.
to assume
Finesse
nobody here
presence
wants
with
to.
a stunt.
All right. So hopefully, 6 dice works, baby. 4. Yeah, I mean that.
He has a resolve of 3. So
Yeah, I pass. I pass with
successes.
Well,
That's good.
yeah,
More
let me
successes.
read what this says for the dissuade action.
That
'cause
works.
You do buy him some. You do delay, shall we say, a confrontation for a bit, but you only have bought yourselves a bit of time from incoming wild hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Though that's the combat section. Let's go to the social combat
That's
section.
fine.
It's derived action for a single turn. You could spend extra successes to. Actually, the dissuade, you don't have enough from the dissuade, but you do manage to diffuse it from actively launching into another battle to try and kill you towards a more terse standoff. So, for the moment, he exits Fire Dragon style and just looks at you. Well, I can't very well attack you right now after saving my life. That would make you ingracious, but unfortunately, the next time we meet, I will need to try and kill you. I'm sorry, that's just how it works.
The only thing I have to say is for that, good luck.
You do know what you all did.
So
you?
why kill us in the first place anyway, huh? I know you're...
Well, I was really
I did a
hoping
lot
we
of
were going
things.
to be
I've killed a lot
friends,
of
but
priests,
he
I've
just points
killed a
at
lot
the
of
forehead.
spirits, I've killed a lot of
Unfortunately, that makes it
gods.
not possible.
So wait a second, are you saying that you're a racist? Hey, no, Gavel,
You're also-
down, girl.
You're also a piece of shit
Don't
priest,
bite his
too,
head off.
so...
So,
Listen. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life or how to respect your own religion, what have you. But I feel the decision should be yours and yours alone, whether or not you should make an enemy out of us. Whether you decide that we're enemies the next we meet, I don't care either way. I just hope that you're prepared to face the consequence of that choice, because there will be a consequence. I don't want it to come to that, of course.
but
I'm ready to go.
I've just
And
a
I'm ready
question,
to
though.
go at it
What did
again
I
with
do?
these
I don't remember anything!
And I hope you realize this.
Is that a canonical thing you're saying? Is that you went into the fugue state?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you just let the white hot rage took over, and then next thing you know, you're glowing silver in front of this guy. So
Well,
the consequence of this limit break is that he knows that all of you are anathema, not just these.
yes, I
two.
know, but what did I do specifically?
He points to the forehead.
What, that some god said, hey, here you go. And I had to live with it.
Just know, none of us are who we were that many moons ago. We made different choices here, and we may have made...
Well, either way, I can't
all
do
those
this
times
right
back.
now. I'm going to need a full hearth of people
And,
at least, so
I think we could say the same for
tell
all
you
of
what.
us. We've lived that long.
Don't come anywhere near the kingdom of Prasad, and I won't
Ooh.
be forced to sick a wild hunt on you.
Ooh, about that.
Oh,
well,
by the way,
actually, about that.
Shut up, Lythander.
I tell him about,
Well-
what's his name? The ghost that we talked to on second
before
one.
that, Mantle.
I forgot his name.
Oh, Akatha Leon?
Yes, Akatha Leon.
Oh, that's where he went vanishing to. Well,
yeah.
I do appreciate telling that. The letter should be reaching his family any day now if it was that long
Hopefully,
ago.
it was very bad. I set his spirit free.
Yes, send him back into the cycle of reincarnation. Oh, wait, did you tell him the bit about Sky Sundering Shadow voring his soul to,
Yes.
or rather, disintegrating? Well, he'll come back, so that only dissipated him for a year and a day.
I'm an eclipse, so as a man of trade and negotiation, I can give you at least one guarantee. You won't be seeing us anywhere near the Kingdom of Prasad in the near future.
Well,
And
define near
move
future.
to shake his hand. How does that sound? Near future. As in, within the time that you would feel we would be deserving of the wrath.
Let's just use a year and a day.
Deal. And I made use of very specific wording.
Yes, I've noticed.
Very specific wording.
Mantle is a bit too flustered right now to argue for anything more.
I seal a small deal.
All right.
Before Mantle leaves? Oh, Mantle, there's something I forgot.
I'm assuming it's some sort of insult you're going to throw at me at the last minute.
I'm going to use the charm, our little secret.
I'm guessing it
all right, I need to make a finesse presence
it.
roll.
Yes, the very funny ability.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Please be good. Okay, 4 successes. This counts as a dissuade roll.
He is going to activate Granite Curtain of Serenity in response.
All right, what does that do, per se?
Against the social influence actions that would leverage the Dragonblood's emotions or would otherwise provoke rage, panic, or terror, increase their resolve by 2. Unfortunately, this would induce that via panic of not being able to say anything.
Darn it.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you had rolled higher, that would have. That's 4 successes.
Yeah.
It increases his resolve from 3 to 5, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let me just make sure. Yeah, so by 1, he unfortunately beats him out. So you do attempt to instill essence into him, but his normally fire aura shifts to that of molten magma for a second. A lot similar to the magma that Adam's working with. He looks at you, it's like, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to prevent me from doing that slug thing. Tell you what.
Oh, just a little bit.
Unfortunately, that's not going to work on me, but it's a nice try. Tell you this, though. There was definitely... I saw him vomiting up slugs. And for now, we did agree to stay out of each other's hair. So if you want to do any... I will take credit for that. I'll take credit for...
When he says that, Adam smirks a little bit. I'm noticing.
I'll take credit for bringing the god to heal, and in exchange, I will stay out of your hair. The slugs thing is your problem. You deal with it.
That's fine, but there is something I do want to say. I was going to tell you more, but seems you have too much salt in your mouth for me to properly engage that, but I'll give you a little tidbit of what I was going to say. Have you ever been to Yadana before?
I have not, no.
You should sometime.
Good for you.
You should visit the local church of Yadana sometime.
What exactly are you trying to do out of character?
What's it? Part of my backstory, Gavel, the first priest Gavel ever killed was at Yadana.
I see. Okay, we will take that.
And kind of how she got the Yozi's intrigue.
We will cover that at some point later, then.
Yep.
Let's check out what I hear. Well then, I will be going.
Gavel.
Let's hope we don't meet. Hope we don't meet again.
Oh, I hope we do.
We won't.
Did we though?
So you won.
Oh.
Well, your goal was to wreck the house of the person responsible for trying to kill you, and you did.
And we did.
There were just a bit of consequences due to flaring anima right there with a monk.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
of the
so
jury.
he's left by this point,
He's
right?
done.
So, ladies and gentlemen, after sealed a small accord with our dragon-blooded friend there, that we wouldn't be seeing each other in the next year. Notice the wording. I don't intend to stay out of Prasad anytime soon, and I'm sure you don't either. If we're gonna get into the lands, we're gonna need a way not to be seen. It's time for a disguise.
Not my favorite way to go about things, I'm afraid.
It's at this point that SSD pokes his head in. It's like, by the way, I'm done restraining all the cultists. There was a very mad monk on the way over here.
Oh yes, that was our doing.
Yeah, I'm honestly not surprised. Did you... He was mumbling about anathema, so I'm guessing he saw your whole thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what he was mad about.
Yes, I thought so. So, I am going to do what I can to help with deprogramming and work with the friendly faction of people. You go and find whatever evidence you need, because it looks like you might be able to find... There's more going on here. Even I can tell that much, and I've only been here for a few moments. We were supposed to say something else here. I forgot what I was saying. This is in character. He's just kind of stammering. What was I gonna say?
Cultists, our driver, the mad monk.
Right, that
Thanks
guy.
for everything, by the way, SSD. Thanks for everything, by the way, SSD.
Right. After this, we
appreciate it.
if the undead are involved, it's probably going to deal with that Nephrak I mentioned. So, Gavel, if he was muttering something about a Yadanan priest getting axed, I think I saw some
Yes.
iconography from there, so we might be talking about the ghost of the same person.
That's a darn shame. Well, it'll be a lovely reunion nonetheless.
Here's hoping. Here's hoping we can free my friends.
No,
So we'll end off there. Does anyone have any pithy remarks?
No, the disguise thing was my for the end of the episode. Mark, Chris.
Okay, so hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Thank you for listening to FateBreakers. We here at the Action Economy crew are really excited to bring you our first big project, and you can also follow our socials for more of our content. Actual plays live and die by word of mouth, so if you enjoyed this episode, or know a friend or two would be interested in the setting or story we're telling, spreading the word is a great help to a brand new podcast. Me and the players have a lot of ideas on plot seeds for later, both in the far future and 2 weeks from now, in the next episode of FateBreakers. Catch you then.